Hello, my gorgeous group ones. Welcome to your reading. If you chose, fill in my image one, whatever this card is going to be that I'm going to use for the options clip, then welcome to your reading. Today's reading is going to be a reader suggested reading that I have to go back and reply to because it's a reading that I've been wanting to do for the longest time, but it always slips my mind. So she requested how would your celebrity crush view you when they meet you for the first time? And I'm like, that is an exact reading. As someone who has many celebrity crushes, I just have always wanted to do that kind of reading. So thank you for reminding me, ma'am. Okay, let's get into it. I'm very excited. So this card came out when I pulled from this deck for what would their, first impression be or how they view you. And I'm excited, okay? This is a very exciting reading, guys. Okay. We have dog crap, loyalty and determination. Okay, so they're gonna think of you as, okay, they're gonna take an immediate liking to you first and foremost because, of course, when we look at a dog, a puppy or whatever, we immediately oh, unless you hate dogs, then or your celebrity crush hates dogs, then I don't know what to tell you, child. But I know how I feel about dogs and I love dogs. So I'm like, whenever I see one, I get excited, okay? So this person's going to be excited to meet you. They're going to take an immediate liking to you. They're going to think you're adorable, you're cute, whatever. They're going to project whatever they feel about dogs onto you, essentially. But this card says loyalty and determination. So they're going to think that you're loyal and they're going to think that you're determined. So I do believe this does play a part into maybe how you meet them. A lot of fans, okay, when it comes to celebrity crushes, they are very adamant. They are very determined to meet their people. So they stay outside for hours, they follow them, they track them down, they pay a bunch of money just to get a chance, just to breathe the same air, just to meet their celebrity crush. So I think that's going to be playing a part when you meet them for the first time, that, oh my gosh, you were so determined to meet me, I'm so flattered, because at the end of the day, even though they are a celebrity and they are your crush, they are still just human beings. And how do you feel, or how would you feel if someone paid loads of money or was so determined to be with you or see you? You will consider them cute or adorable or loyal. So you're going to be a loyal fan. And they know based on what you did to meet them or how you met them that you're loyal in general, okay? Because I feel like if you put so much effort into someone you don't know who is just a celebrity that you follow, how would you treat people in your actual life? I think there's something to be said about people who go the distance to meet their celebrity crushes or just people who they like and appreciate their art, That's what's coming through. So I'm like, dang, this person's loyal, this guy's loyal. They did some things to get to see me. So they're gonna treat you, oh, you're so cute. Maybe that could be a good thing and a bad thing. Because nobody wants to see their celebrity crush and their celebrity crush is oh, you're so cute. No, get out. That's very ghetto, in my opinion, okay? But we're going to see what else comes through. Loyal and determination. How cute. You're going to be very playful. And I love how we have the dog holding a yellow flower in its mouth. And in another reading that I just did about what does he think when he's alone, think about you when he's alone, yellow flowers mean friendship. So you may just become friends with your celebrity crush. You know what I mean? I'm hearing you're gonna I don't know who your celebrity crush is, but you're giving me the vibe. I'm hearing Taylor Lautner, how he's very personable, very relatable, and was many people's celebrity crush. He wasn't mine, okay, because I was an Edward girl, but for my Jacob girlies, okay, there's something that's very dog loyal, just a, what is it called, golden retriever kind of energy about Taylor Lautner. And I feel like he would be the kind of person who would become friends with his fans the same way he married one of his fans. And his wife used to be a fan of him. I mean, she was an Edward girl, which is very funny that I mentioned that. They talk about a lot whenever they talk about them falling in love or meeting. She said she was originally Edward girly, but of course, Taylor Lautner is not actually Jacob. He just played Jacob, so it doesn't really even matter. But they ended up getting married, and years later, she can tell this story about, oh, I married my celebrity crush, So maybe there could be a chance for that happening if you would ever meet your celebrity crush, which is who knows how likely that is, okay? The probability of that. That was never, I was going to say 1 in a million, but I don't think that's, really accurate. I think it's very easy if you know how to do it to meet a celebrity crush, but you have to be determined like you would be. So they're going to be I make sure to lie about my name and do this and do that to lose track of the paparazzi and my fans, but you still found me. How? Determination. Okay. That's the vibe coming through. Now we have moose, acceptance, and eccentric. Yeah, they're definitely gonna think of you as someone who's like a little like unique. Okay, someone they've never met before, someone they've never had the likes of meeting. You know, they have met, I'm pretty sure, and experienced a lot of people being a celebrity. And you are coming off as someone who they have to know. They've never met someone like you before. And it's like, yeah, this person is different, okay? In a good way. And it's giving it, yeah, acceptance. They're going to accept you immediately, okay? So I do think it's giving best buds. We'll see what comes through with the rest of the cards, but it's giving good friends, okay? They're going to be like, I can't just leave you here and never talk to you again. Do you want to be friends, okay? Here we have the wheel, endings and beginnings. Look at that. This is very interesting already. Who chose group 1? Y'all getting a good reading, a good energy. I'm excited, you know? And I do feel like that's going to be them. They're going to be excited to meet you. The same way you're excited to meet them. But endings and beginnings, the wheel is definitely giving me like Wheel of Fortune and like things turning in your favor. So like I said, you're going to get like a lucky break or a lucky shot, or you just happen to be in the right place at the right time, okay? Because sometimes you just be at a coffee shop getting a drink and a celebrity walks and you're like, huh, who is that? Is that who I think it is? And that's like your luck, or your stroke of luck, okay? It may have nothing to do with determination and you figuring out where they are, what hotel they're staying at, or what venue they're going to be performing at. You know what I mean? Or what exit they're going to be exiting the venue from. There's, child, some determined people in the world. It may just be a serendipitous event here with this endings and beginnings, but I do believe there's going to be an ending and then a new beginning with this person. So, or this celebrity, whoever it may be, child, because it's going to be something about you guys and something ends just for it to begin again, okay? So maybe the dynamic of you being a fan and a celebrity is going to move towards friendship, where that's a new beginning. You get to know them in a different light. They're not just this person that's so hard to reach anymore. There's someone who's down to earth and relatable now, you know? You know them, you guys share stories, stuff like that, you know? That's the vibe coming through. So what will they think of you? Here we have Lion, strength, and success. Maybe you may meet them because you're just as successful as them, which is why they're seeing you as someone who's loyal and determined. That's the kind of vibe that I was getting, where they're going to treat you like, not how you treat them, but they're going to look at you in a high light, you know? They're going to have respect for you, so you may be someone who's successful on your own right, in your own merit, you know? You may not be a celebrity, you know, but you may be someone who is accomplished. You may be someone who should be a celebrity. You could be someone who's very talented, who they're like, oh my gosh, are you sure you don't do this or that for a living? You should. That's the kind of vibe that's coming through for you guys, where a celebrity meets someone who's just as talented, if not more talented than them. And they're like, wow, how are you not famous, kind of energy, you know? So they may put you on to something, you know what I mean? Like that eccentricity coming through is someone who's too unique and too good and too different to not be in the spotlight, you know? And that's the kind of energy you're going to be giving off to them. They're going to be feeling towards you, you know? And they're going to be feeling immediate loyalty and maybe determination to maybe bring you into the light and make you famous too. Who knows? But strength and success, definitely coming off as a lion. Someone who's very strong-willed. Someone who's very muscular, if you are muscular. Someone who is like, has like a very strong sense of character, okay? If you're not actually muscular. We have kind of Leo vibes coming through, so it's definitely giving attractive, or it's giving, there's something about just like very magnetic and people like gravitate towards you. That's also coming through. But yeah, when you meet your celebrity crusher for the first time, there's something about you guys being in the same hotel or the same restaurant, because there are people who are filthy, sneaking rich and successful that are not celebrities, but will travel or eat or be in where celebrities are. So eating at the same restaurant, staying in the same hotel, you're in the same studio, something like that, you know? That's kind of what I'm getting. Or they come to your job and they're asking you for help, and now they're in your world now. I just heard that, like, you're in my world now, you know? That they come to you for advice for something, your expertise, and now they're like, wow, like, you're so successful at this one thing, and you know? So even though you're not a celebrity, you're successful, like I said, in your own right, which is very cute for like a first meeting. So they could be coming to you, asking you for something, you know? It's giving their ending a specific I'm hearing like part of their career. So for example, someone who moves on from being a child star to a grown-up star, or someone who goes on from being someone who's known for musicals to go on to being someone who's known for dramas. You know how actors and singers and stuff like that go through different phases and different I'm hearing projects. So this person could be ending a project and beginning another one, and they're like completely changing their persona, and they need to do accent classes, and you're the teacher teaching that. And they're like, how do you know so much about this and that? So they're coming to you for something that you're an expert at, is the vibe that I keep getting. That could be like the scenario surrounding how you meet them, which is why it's coming through as strength and success. And we have endings and beginnings. They're going through an ending, and you guys meeting them is, or working with them is going to be a new beginning for both of you, you know. But I'm definitely hearing like a dialect coach, or they're trying to move into challenging themselves more, and they need to learn how to dance, and you're the dance teacher, and you're so good at what you do. Or they could be honestly getting a tarot reading or something like that, and they're like, I know nothing about spirituality and these things, or but this is why I'm coming to you. I need help. I'm clarity on something, and they're coming asking you, because what I never realized is that a lot of celebrities like go to astrologers and tarot readers and stuff like that. They use them to figure out when it's good for them to do this if they are not good at that themselves, essentially. Because for example, we have Ariana Grande, who's very much into birth charts and manifestation, so she could do things herself. She doesn't really need assistance on that front. But there could be celebrities who do need to know their chart and know when it's best to release an album, when they're gonna get popular and become a household name and things like that, and they can't read it themselves. They're gonna come to an astrologer for that, or they need help with a certain situation. They don't know what to do, which is, like I said, they're only human as well. They come to a tarot reader. What should I do? What do I need to know? You know what I mean? Very interesting. What will their celebrity crush think of them the first time they meet them, please, Spirit? We have the Five of Wands. There may be an argument. Let me turn on the light because now it's getting dark. Everything stopped instead of pausing. It was my fault, though. So we have the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is definitely giving like a music competition or a singing competition. Exactly. That would be like the perfect scenario. It's giving how, you know how certain people like America's Got Talent or The Voice or something like that, where celebrity panelists react to people coming and auditioning, American Idol, stuff like that, and they just see people who have so much talent that they're blown away by day after day. Even though themselves are celebrities, some of these people who audition have them starstruck because they're so talented and they're so good at what they do. And I feel like that's the kind of vibe that could surround how you meet them. You're going to go on the show to yes, and that would also represent ending in the beginning, because you're ending one portion of your life and moving forward in the competition to maybe become famous or go on to win or whatever. Work with them closely, because sometimes, and I think The Voice in particular, you get on a coach's team, and they coach you personally, you know, and they sometimes bring in their celebrity friends to coach you personally. That's like an ending and beginning. Then you also have loyalty, determination, and then we have strength and success. So they believe in you for something, and they're going to come to you, or you're going to go to them, or somehow there's going to be some serendipitous meeting here where you're going to have to fight for what you believe in, or fight for a spot or something like that. It's definitely even competition, okay? So it could definitely be a competition. You know what it's also giving me? There was this show that I was watching on Netflix a few months ago. It feels like it was just yesterday, but I know it wasn't. I forget what it's called, but it's like a show where there's like men make up like 1% of the population, right? And the women have to go on this game show in order to win the love of these men, because the men are kept completely separate from the women because there's so little of them. So the women literally have to come in droves and hundreds and thousands and fight to kind of be wheedled down to just a few of them to compete on a show that's kind of like The Bachelor, you know, but it's like multiple bachelors instead of just one. Like, what is the name? Is it Ready, Set, Go or something like that? It was such a good show. I wasn't expecting it to be so good, but it was so good. And there's only like 8 episodes or something, and it's like a full series. It's so good, okay? I think it's Ready, Set, Love is the name of the show. I think, and it could be like Philippine. I think it's Filipino, like based in the Philippines, okay? But the show was so good. But the girl, like, they have like people who are born on the house which is a reservation where the men are, born or taken to if they weren't born there. And they have like women who are like considered elite and rich who are born with the guys. And then there are women who are the poor people who are in the general population, and they all get a chance to win the heart of these bachelors. But we know that it's rigged, and the women who already come from something most likely will win, and the people who don't will not win. But the girl who's the main character, I'm not going to spoil it for you in case I want to go watch it, but it's definitely giving me that competing for love kind of situation. It's giving, what is it called, Flavor of Love and stuff like that, where celebrities would come and have a game show for dating, or they would have like a competition where it's like, all my fans meet up and whoever wins gets to dance with me on stage or sing with me on stage or meet me, that kind of thing. That's like what the Five of Wands kind of giving me. They meet you for the first time during like a competition where you're fighting for something, which is why they get to see your loyalty and determination. That makes a lot of sense. I wasn't expecting to get a scenario, but hey, or a few scenarios. We have the Ten of Swords. Wow. So maybe you end up losing, but they still want to be a friend to you or a part of your life because you showed such grit and determination anyway. So when they first meet, they think of you as a fighter. Okay, you fight for what you want. You do not give up. The Ten of Swords is definitely someone who doesn't give up until they have to the final... I'm hearing into the final moment, you know what I mean? Until they can't keep on fighting anymore, until their body is literally like a rung of energy and spirit and fight, That's the kind of energy you're definitely giving. It's like not giving ruthless, but it's giving you won't go down without a fight. It's giving champion, Because Ten of Swords is like an energy of like being completely down for the count and like depleted of all kinds of energy. You can no longer fight. You can't stand up. You can't talk. You're just completely done for. But you have to have gotten to this point from going from the Ace of Swords all the way to the Ten of Swords. So it's giving you had a good run. Okay. Interesting. Maybe some of you are like in like competitive sports and they see you at like a sports game. Because, sometimes celebrities go to like sporting events and stuff like that. The next card we have is Seven of Pentacles, but it came out in reverse. Seven of Pentacles for how their celebrity crush would view them. I'm going to get all the cards out on the table. Okay, how their celebrity crush view them. Way too many cards. How their celebrity crush view them the first time they met them, please. The first time they meet them. We have Two of Pentacles in reverse. Pentacles. Ooh. Interesting. These are a lot of cards. But I'm already a little confused about this energy because we were getting such a clear energy. Now it kind of like pivoted. You have the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles upright is someone who works very hard for what they want. So then why is it coming out in reverse? And then we have a Two of Pentacles, which is someone who's like very balanced and good at like, what do you call it? Good at, not regulating, compartmentalizing their life, But it's coming out in reverse. But I feel like from what I've been getting from you guys, this would be more upright, So we'll leave it like that. I feel like from what we've been getting so far, these are meant to be upright. You're good at compartmentalizing your life. I do get a vibe of you not going completely fangirl on this celebrity the first time you meet them. That's something they admire as well. Because they don't want to be put on a pedestal. They want to be treated as a human being, and you treat them that way. And they're like, oh, okay, this person's like, chill, Yeah, they're excited to meet me. Yeah, they love my work and they're a fan of mine, but they're not going like Google Gaga. They're not on the fritz, Funny. Okay, here we have the Ace of Swords. So they're going to think you're good at speaking, okay? You have like a charisma about you where you're a good talker, Charismatic. You know how to have really good conversation. Ask them the good questions. You could even be someone who won the chance to interview them, Because sometimes they have those people who maybe you're a journalist or something. You're able to interview them and they kind of like take a liking to you because you are like very determined. Because one thing about journalists, they're going to pry and they're going to ask. Even if the celebrity is like, I don't feel comfortable asking that question, you're going to keep trying to maybe ask it in different ways to get them to answer. So you're rephrasing the question to make it sound different, but it's actually the same thing. Could be very funny. So they think you're very witty in that kind of way with the Ace of Swords. You're very smart and intelligent. And that would definitely be true, because we have no nudity. We have owl in this card here on top of the Ten of Swords. So it's like you're using all of your wits and you use your smarts somehow to meet them, okay? Like I said. Or you're just very smart, okay? But Ace of Swords, you have a way with words, okay? You're also very blunt and straightforward as well as what they're going to think. You're going to ask them straightforward, like, so how do you do this? And what do you do that? And blah, blah, blah. You're not afraid to ask them, like, the important or the hard questions, you know? Here we have a Two of Cups, so this could potentially lead to something more. They could see you as relationship material, or you're just someone they would think, oh, someone would be lucky to have them as a partner. Not saying you're going to end up with them, but you could be the lucky people, because we have the wheel here, that ends up having some kind of relationship with your celebrity crush, y'all. Okay, good for y'all. How lucky. That's a Two of Cups energy. I'm dating. You could date them, go on a date with them. You could win a date with them in a competition because you use your wits. And this is like in like a balancing act, where you use some kind of talent. You were juggling and you were balancing on pumpkins and all this kind of stuff. It's definitely giving America's Got Talent, which is very funny to me right now. But you're using like weird things to get to meet them, you know? It's like giving them a pageant as well. Where in a pageant you have to speak a portion, there's a swimsuit portion, there's a talent portion, there's a question portion, you know what I mean? And you kind of like pass every level with flying colors, you know? So what kind of celebrity y'all like? They would put themselves in a situation where people are fighting for their attention or something like that. You know, like on a competition show, like win a date with me, win an interview with me, win a something with me, a meet and greet with me, you know? They do have those, what do you call it? Those things where you donate a big amount of money for a chance to go on a date with your person, and it goes to good use. It goes to charity and stuff like that. But the fact that you won because you sent the most money, that's for that maybe loyalty and determination would also be coming through, like, you love me so much, you were willing to give so much money to charity just to meet me, you know? So they're going to think you're very sweet as well. You have a very big heart, because that's a Leo trait right there. And we have a lion come out for you guys. Here we have the Three of Cups. You're a good time. You're a really good time. You guys know how to have fun. You know how to let your hair down, and you're going to allow them to let their hair down as well. So you're definitely giving, not fun time girl, but you're definitely giving someone who is like serious when it comes time to party. You know how to party. Yeah. You're also someone like very like open is what I'm getting. Like an open book. That's not the example I'm getting, but you're definitely someone's like friendly, you know? You make friends very easily. And that could play into why people maybe fall for you very easily with the Two of Cups, because you're very good at a very good conversationalist, okay? You're very good at mind games. I just saw 11/11, so serendipity coming through once again. You're very good at mind games, getting into someone's head, or maybe like making them obsessed with you instead of the opposite way around, you know? So some of you could like be a therapist or something. You meet a celebrity when they sign up to be, you know, one of your patients, or, you know, it's definitely giving somewhere. It's not a power exchange, but it could definitely be. I meant to say it's not something where you have more power than them, like a doctor-patient confidentiality kind of thing, but it's definitely giving you have your own like esteem that comes with you, you know? So you're not just like, oh my gosh, it's a celebrity, bow down. You're like, oh, you're a celebrity, cool beans, you know? You treat them like a regular person because you have, like I said, success and high esteem in your own right, which is great. I love this. Then we have the Empress. Wow, okay. So they're going to think you're beautiful. Okay, they're going to think you're very feminine. They're going to think you're very pretty. Okay. There's something like very curvaceous about your body. So like I said, very womanly. Okay. Ooh, okay. The feminine energy. And that's what I was saying about you being very open. Maybe you're very caring, you're very giving, you're very loyal. And there's going to be an opportunity where they get to see you showcasing that. And they're gonna be like, wow, this person, like, I can just tell, I could feel the warmth, rolling off of him or her, you know? And this is someone who I may need in my life. Maybe they meet you and immediately they feel comfortable with you, which is something they don't feel very often. Because like I said, celebrities meet hundreds and thousands of people daily or just in their lifetime. And you're going to stand out for some reason with the Empress card coming through here. Maybe some of you are pregnant. It's funny how they have tadishes like that. Maybe your nips are going to be showing through your shirt, because you can see that in this card here. Okay. Very, very prominent chest coming through. So you're very chesty, like I said, very curvy, very supple, very soft, feminine energy coming through for you guys. You look very fertile, okay? I'm hearing statuesque, okay? Maybe some of you have like an RBF and they're going to be attracted to that as well, because you don't want them. Like I said, you don't overextend yourself to impress them. You're just honestly in competition, saying your heart out, trying to get your big break. You didn't come specifically to the competition to see them. You came to make money or something, to make a better life for yourself, to get your family out the ghetto, the gutter, That's the vibe coming through for you guys. But you're very pretty, so you're definitely giving the contestant on the show. That's very beautiful. And the judges are all like, oh my gosh, you're so beautiful and you can sing, you're so talented, that kind of energy. Everybody like fawns over you in some kind of way, because the Empress is kind of like the Aphrodite of the deck, where everybody just thinks she's beautiful. She's a worldly beauty. If she can go anywhere in the world, people be like, yeah, she's beautiful. People can't sit there and say, oh no, she's not the beauty standard of where we live. No, you're gonna look at this person, man or woman, feminine or masculine, and be like, yeah, that person's beautiful. So your beauty, your inner beauty shining out, inner beauty shining through, could definitely be coming through for how they're going to view you, what they think of you, okay? They do think you're very soft. Maybe you're in like soft glam, or you're wearing makeup or something like that. I'm hearing pouty lips, glossy lips, I'm hearing very seductive. I'm hearing sanguine eyes, if that's something. Maybe like very droopy eyes, sad eyes, something like that is coming through. But you're having a good time, I do believe that you're giving a little bit like a loner vibes. So you could be on your own looking just so beautiful, and they want to come over and talk to you, They could offer to buy you a drink and you guys drink, and as you drink, the more you let your guard down with them, and the more they let their guard down with you, and they're able to see who you really are. You could tell them your life story and how you're like fighting to do this for your family, and like, though how people be going on these shows and having a sob story ready. That's what's going to come through in this encounter you have with them. You guys are going to open up, Talk about your strengths, your successes. You could talk about how you struggled with acceptance, because we have acceptance and eccentric. And of course, they're going to resonate with that as well, because celebrities have to fight for everything as well, the same way regular people do, okay? They just have an advantage because they have a talent that the world likes to see, okay? Whether it's like sporting, acting, singing, being very beautiful, so therefore being a model, stuff like that, writing, books, stuff like that. And here we have 9 of Pentacles, okay? It was kind of in reverse, but I don't really think I want to take reversals for this reading because there's no need. When I have the cards in reverse, they confuse me. So that's how I know sometimes if the message doesn't immediately come through that maybe they're not supposed to be in reverse. So the 9 of Pentacles is definitely giving someone who looks very luxurious. You take care of yourself, you know what I mean? You have the best, you have the best of the best is what I want to say. But your clothes are also always clean. They're always ironed. You're well put together. It's giving professional. But it's definitely giving single and beautiful, and definitely why are you single vibes, Your celebrity crush is going to meet you and be like, how are you single? How did no one snatch you up yet? That kind of thing. How interesting. But you're definitely giving good on your own, very independent, okay? Very self-sufficient, very wealthy in your own right, or just, stable, financially settled kind of energy. You definitely work hard. We have like a lot of cups for sure, and a lot of pentacles, and a lot of swords as well. You're not afraid to fight for what you want. Maybe you kind of elbow your way to the front of the line to meet them. With this 5 of Wands being the first energy, which is definitely the first thing they notice about you, which is is very funny. Like, you're Five of Wands, you're fighting people, you know what I mean? You could literally be fighting, you know, in a fight. And they're like, oh, you're too pretty to be fighting. Who are you fighting? Why are you fighting? You're playing, you're arguing with someone and they come in and save you. But Wands, like, very physical energy. It's giving competition or trying to one up someone or something like that, you know? And I do believe in the show that I was talking about, Ready, Set, Love, on Netflix. I highly, highly, highly recommend. It was giving Kdrama in a way, but very shorter. K-dramas have like 16 episodes. This show had like at most 8 episodes. And the story was like wrapped up very well, very beautifully. If you're into K-dramas and stuff like that, or even not, it's a really good show, period. Okay, it's really beautiful. And there's a deep message there. And in the times we're in right now with certain people as presidents and certain CEOs trying to be his right-hand man, it's very crazy times, you know? So it definitely kind of ties into that aspect of the political climate, you know, in this country and other countries, very crazy times you live in. That could be something you talk about as well. You're very articulate, very smart, very intelligent, quick as a whip, okay? And you care about things. You care about, even if it means you're making the energy down or making things sad, you're going to talk about what needs to be talked about. The elephant in the room, which they're going to admire you for, you know? But that's definitely what the show is about. It's so good. It's so beautiful. But in the show, they put the girls through physical labor and pursuits. They have them running in heavy costumes and, you know, jumping in pools and, you know, like running and tripping people and trying to strategize and be sneaky. And it's just a big competition to win over the guys, you know, to become their love interest, to win you a husband, that kind of energy, you know. That is definitely coming through. But they have them dressing up in all kinds of costumes. They have them literally running from one side of the field to the other and trampling over somebody else. That's the kind of energy. So maybe their first impression is, how did you even get in here? Very sneaky vibes. But the more they get to know you, the more we end on a note of, oh, this person maybe deserves to be here, or I'm glad I met them. That kind of energy, you know. Let me keep getting some more cards from this deck here and see what comes through. What will be their celebrity crush's first impression of them, please? What will they think of them? How will they view them? Okay, you got this fast. Let me get some more cards. Yeah, you know how to let your hair down and have a good time, okay? You could drink them under the table, okay? You could be drunk when you meet them. Who knows? Take what resonates for you, okay? You weren't expecting to see them. They're at this big club. You're at this club. You guys meet on the dance floor. The way I just be coming up with scenarios, I cannot with me sometimes, okay? Maybe you protect them from somebody, is what I'm hearing as well. Because Five of Wands is definitely a trying to one-up somebody kind of thing. Or also just being very physically, like, aggressive. So maybe they think of that when they think of you as well. But then the first card we had out for you was a cute dog. So are you that aggressive? I mean, dogs can get very vicious, whether they're little or big. And sometimes it's the little dogs who are the most vicious. So that can be something that stands out about you. You're small, okay? You're petite. So the first card we have out is Horsetail Patience. So they're going to notice or recognize your patience. Or maybe you have to wait in a long line to meet them at a meet and greet. And they're like, wow, you're dedicated. You know, you stayed here and waited to meet me for hours, you know? Or maybe you're the kind of fan who waits outside hours before the concert, hoping to get a glimpse of them coming to the show. You know, you're the first fan in the audience, in your seat, you know. We have Rosemary, Ancient Memory. They could feel like they've known you before. And that's what I was kind of going to say or getting the vibe of with the 1111, you know. But it wasn't coming through too strong for me to mention it, but it's coming through with Ancient Memory. They feel like they've known you for a long time, which is why they're going to feel so comfortable opening up to you and talking to you. And this lady's kind of giving me Mother Mary. So that's kind of like Empress energy. You take care of people. You're a mother. They're going to see you taking care of your kid, taking care of someone else's kid, taking care of people in general. Here we have Musuna, which is Journey. You could meet them on a plane. You're taking care of your baby, your child. You help someone else with their baby and their child, okay? You could be defending your friends, taking up for your friend. That's the kind of energy. The first time they meet you, you could be fighting this big guy or cussing a big guy out, and you're the smallest little, you know, cherub. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, somebody go help her. You're standing your own, cussing them out to filth. You know what I mean? And this person's like, who is this little girl or this short woman who's just cussing out this big man? Is she not scared? You know? No, you're fearless is the kind of energy that you're coming through as. How funny. You're fearless. You know what I mean? This is definitely giving me Jack and the Beanstalk, because we have the golden beans. It's like how Jack was fearless. He sold, first of all, his poor little cow for 3 beans. And he was like, I don't care. These could be the last 3 beans I ever eat. I'm selling that cow. Okay, I want these magic beans, whether they're magic or not. He goes and plants them, and just by listening to his gut or listening to his intuition, he's able to have this giant beanstalk where he goes up and he climbs up fearless as ever, because this beanstalk was long and went all the way up to the clouds. So that man was putting the determination it took to climb the beanstalk in the first place. Okay, that keeps coming through. He gets to the top and sees these big giants. Instead of running away and cutting down the beanstalk, he keeps going up there and stealing from the giants. Not even running away, he continues to steal from the giants and go up the beanstalk every single time. Then he steals one of their golden eggs. He steals one of their golden hens. And then he literally comes back down the beanstalk, and when it's over for him, when he's been caught and them freaking giants are trying to climb down the beanstalk to eat him, he steals the egg and then cuts off the stalk and gets to keep the golden hen that will continue laying golden eggs, golden opportunities here, and he gets rid of the giant. So it's just hilarious. That story is very funny in general, but describing it as how someone views you for the first time is definitely giving very hilarious. You know, you're doing something that's out of the ordinary for them, standing up for them, sticking up to them, who knows, sticking up for them. And there's just something about this, like, that person's not to be messed with, okay? Stop playing with them. You know what I mean? Or someone could be tormenting you and they come into your defense. It could be anything. But that's definitely a vibe that's coming through. A Jack and the Beanstalk moment where you take a chance on these beans and watch it grow the success. And you get a golden hen, you get a golden egg, you get a golden harp, and all these things that man Jack was stealing. What was his problem? You know what I mean? So it could be like you have a story that goes from rags to riches, and they're going to be very like invested. Like, how did you do this? And what happened next? And what happened next? And what did you do after that? And you're really good at telling stories. It's definitely a thing that's coming through as well. Because they're like, what happened next? And have you ever heard from them since? And, you know, stuff like that. You're a good storyteller. And now we have the Yarrow Harmony, which is Libra card coming out. So for the Empress, we have Taurus and Libra, and we have Libra coming through again. Are there any other specifics coming through? No, that's the only major arcana card we got, which means that's definitely something that's going to be coming through. You're very beautiful. Good at making things happen. Is kind of giving a little bit magician, kind of not, you know, because the Empress is a magician in her own right, but she's not someone who has to really do much. She doesn't have to bring all the tools together and then go in the lab and hammer and fix and saw, and, you know, a magician is someone who has all the tools to build a house, and he's sitting there sawing and chopping and screwing and painting and able to make the house from scratch. You're definitely someone who's going to come up and just give you a house for free, you know? So, yeah, so you're good at winning competitions. You have like a lucky streak, exactly what I was saying. You're the lucky contestant, number 3, who wins a getaway to meet a celebrity and things like that, you know? But Yarrow Harmony, you definitely have like a very sure, confident, calm, cool, and collected vibe about you. You don't get too overexcited to meet them. You're going to stick up for yourself. If they did something wrong that you don't like, you're going to tell them. Where other people would be like, oh, this is a celebrity, I can't tell them off. You're telling them off, okay? So you have like a hot temper or attitude, or you're just hot in general, okay? But Yarrow is definitely giving me very calm demeanor. You're not going to ruffle my feathers. And even when you do, I'm going to blow up on you kind of energy. You're not going to get away if there's anything, you know? It's a vibe that's coming through. Now I'm going to get some dice for first impressions. And we have Aries, yeah. That is definitely that competitive nature about you coming through. You're action-oriented, going after what you want, being very determined, okay? Not taking no for an answer is also what I just heard, okay? Here we have Saturn. That is that cool, calm, and collected, very mysterious vibe you could give off, okay? There's something here about with the journey card, like I said, traveling a long distance, which is why they're like, oh my gosh, you came all the way from this country to see me in concert. Yeah, I did. Like, oh my gosh, that takes so much determination, and it's not cheap, especially if you come from like a very I'm hearing war-torn country, or where it's expensive to do the smallest of things. The fact that you were able to make it over to America just to see them or something like that is going to be very flattering to them, you know? And they're going to want to hear your story, essentially. So yes, we have Saturn coming through. You are very serious, very no-nonsense. You tell the truth, and that is that Ace of Swords coming through once again. If they ask you something, you're not going to sit there and sugarcoat it or try to make them feel good about themselves. You're going to tell them the unfiltered truth, okay? So truth is also coming through for you guys. Truth, patience, harmony, journey, and ancient memory. Ancient memory has to do with that, like I said, some of you could be in the spiritual world, and you're going to give them a tarot reading, you're going to read them to filth. They're going to be like, how did you know that? I just know. You know what I mean? You're going to tell them about themselves and say, this is what's wrong with you, and this is what you need to fix. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, you didn't have to say it like that. Yes, I did. Okay? That's the kind of vibe. 12th house. Yeah, definitely you have a connection to the other side. You have a connection to the other side, the 5D. You could talk to ghosts, you're a medium, things like that. Things in the spiritual world is definitely something that you are really good at, which is why you're coming through with someone like very Saturnian. You're very wise, okay? You're the father, the mother, very stern, serious, no nonsense, all business, you know what I mean? Business casual. You could wear suits, you could wear something along those lines. You could wear a pantsuit. If you're a female, something like that means do not mess with me. You could wear a coat if you're a doctor coat, something like that. It's like a very official job coming through for you guys, you know. You could be a lawyer because they're in trouble, they want to know what they have to do to get out of this. You could be I'm hearing PR. You could be in PR, and their publicist comes to you asking, they just got themselves in trouble, how do you do this? You tell them, well, first of all, I would have never have done that, and I would have done it this way, and you're so stupid for doing this, you're saying this, you're being this way, you're getting caught with this. And you're like, wow. Or I have never is what they're saying. You're like, well, you asked me. I'm the best of the best. You came to me for a reason. It's definitely giving Olivia Pope, crisis management company or line. You know, they get in trouble and you're the only person there to fix them because you're the only person with that expertise, you know. You're able to see things that they can't, which is 12th house energy. You're able to get into their psyche and heal them. If you're a psychologist, psychiatry keeps coming through. They could end up being a patient of yours, you know. Or they go to your same psychiatrist, you know. That can be something simple as that. Now we have Uranus, so you're very unpredictable. They're going to think you're definitely unpredictable, which is that eccentric and acceptance. You're going to have to learn to accept that you're either no filter, they don't know what's going to come out of your mouth next, or they know what's going to come out of your mouth next and they're scared to hear what you have to say, okay? Because you're going to read them to filth. So they never know what you're going to say or do next. Unpredictable. Okay, now we have Taurus energy, which is coming through once again, because we have the Empress energy coming through. Taurus, yeah, very chill, laid back, maybe very slow, melodical, not lazy. I wouldn't say lazy, but you're all about your money, your coin, and your well-being. You like the finer things in life, which is what was coming through with the Nine of Pentacles, okay? You love the finer things in life, because Taurus is, yes, you love the finest foods. You have like a really good taste, you know what I mean? You have a really good sense of touch, smell, feeling, things like that, you know. I'm hearing sensory overload. That could be something they feel when they're with you, when they meet you for the first time, like sensory overload. You smell really good, you look really good, you speak really good, you have a really good voice. They're just like, what do I focus on first? You know what I mean? They don't know. Okay, do I focus on the body, the face, the voice, the energy? Do I focus on the message? What am I supposed to focus on, you know? And then here we have 6th house, which is health. I'm hearing mental health. You telling people what needs to be done, how to work on them, how to better themselves. That kind of energy is definitely coming through very heavily. So you could definitely say, I loved your last album, or I loved your last movie, but I feel like you could have done this better. You know, it's definitely giving critic. Or they have a restaurant, they're a celebrity chef. And you're like, you know what? The food was good, but it could have been a little bit better. You know, you tell them like it is. You don't really sit there and like, oh, I love you. No, you're like, you know, I love you and everything, and your last film was great, but you know, I would have done this, you know, I would have done this, or I feel like you could have done that, or you know, you could have done better, you know. So you make them want to be better, you challenge them, you know. Yeah, sixth house, Virgo energy, so they could think you're very judgmental or very critical. You go through things with a fine tooth comb. It's also giving lawyer, where you go through a contract, you go through all of the terms to make sure they understand something. You give them, you feed them, or explain all the legal jargon and stuff like that. And Libra did come through with harmony, so it's definitely giving lawyer. Exactly, you have like you're a lawyer for some of you, okay, and that would be how you meet them or what they think of you. You're very good at persuading people, at getting people out of trouble. Yeah, at reading the finer details, at playing devil's advocate, you know what I mean? The best of the best. How to make people love them again if you're a publicist. Definitely. Because I do believe the Olivia Pope worked on people's public images in Scandal. And she was able to get rid of scandals, which is why it was called Scandal. So you guys could definitely have that knack for what Olivia Pope did in those shows. You know what I mean? And then you end up having a forbidden relationship with the freaking president of the United States. What are you telling me? Nothing. You're not telling me anything. I'm trying to figure out what time it is. How sabotage. Go back. Stop. Stop playing. Tell me what time it is. How rude. Anywho, I'm sitting here wasting time. But yeah, that's definitely the vibe that's going through for you guys. I feel like I said enough. Hopefully y'all got what y'all needed, okay? There's something here about your eyes as well. There's something here about your energy. You're very soothing. So they're gonna think you're very soothing to them, you know what I mean? Or you kind of, I'm hearing attention. So like, when they're in your presence, they can't slack off or do something out of the ordinary or be weird or something, because you have them like I said, overstimulated, or they're okay, like you for telling me the time, jeez. Or you're just like, how can I explain it? It's like giving where your attention is like, yeah, overstimulated, I guess could be the word. Or they're hyper focused. That's the word I was looking for. They're hyper tuned into you and what you're doing. Like I said, so for example, if you're on The Voice singing to celebrity panelists and they love your voice and it gives them chills, they're so tuned in, they have to hit their button. Then they turn around, they're just mesmerized by your voice, and then they're like, oh my gosh, you're beautiful as well, and oh my gosh, you can dance. And then you hit the high note at the end of the song and blow their mind away and steal their breath. And then some performances have them crying and standing up and standing ovation. And I know on America's Got Talent, they have a golden buzzer, and you're that kind of energy for them, for this celebrity when you meet them. So I feel like even though they're supposed to be the celebrity, they may end up looking at you as like reverently, with high respect or regard. You know what I mean? But yeah, you dress really well. It's definitely what's coming through. Yeah, like I said, you smell really good. You know how to eat the finest foods. You're not someone who eats slop or something that you have like very refined taste, which is what I was kind of getting with the eyes and the serenity. Something, I'm trying to explain it. Okay, let me show you what I'm seeing. Okay, maybe you can figure it out yourself. So we have this woman here who has her 2 pieces of sage. She's fully clothed and her face is like so serene, and she's so busy doing her job. And whatever that job may be, they're completely mesmerized with what you're doing. They can't look away from whatever it is you're doing or saying, It's like expertise. You're in the presence of greatness kind of energy. You know what I mean? Hopefully you do. And that's also what this 2 of Pentacles could definitely mean. You're able to juggle so many different things and be so many things and say so many things and handle so many different things and still be sane and haven't gone crazy yet. And stuff like that is what's coming through heavily for you guys, okay? So your work life is very important to you, and that's something they're going to notice right off the bat. And that's going to play into how they feel about you. In these cards here, we have the Sun and we have Mercury. So that's that Leo energy coming through once again. And then we have Mercury, which is good at communicating and articulating yourself, very intelligent, very smart, okay? Very knowledgeable about all kinds of things, but mostly your profession, whatever that may be. You're very knowledgeable about that. You know a lot about a lot, okay? Then we have Saturn coming through once again, very karmic, very no nonsense, very stern, very serious, okay? And then we have Venus, okay? So I do feel like you take things very seriously. You're not someone who like falls to your knees for anyone. You don't praise people. Like I said, you're very down to earth. And you maybe inspire that in them, for them to be more down to earth and not uppity. But I do believe you are a little uppity with this energy with the Nine of Pentacles and the Taurus card coming through. So you're very multifaceted. Okay. The next card we have Mercury, and then we have Uranus coming through again. Okay. Mercury and Uranus with the journey. So you do take them on a journey. There's something here about spending a significant amount of time with them over a span of time, you know what I mean? And if it's in a competition, or you're working for them or they're working for you, you could hire them for an event. Or you could be like a club person who books talent, and they're like, you know, you have to do this and that. You're like holding them accountable. Like, no, you can't trash your hotel room. Yes, you have to be here at this time for rehearsals, but don't be late, you know? Kind of energy is coming through for you guys. So like no nonsense once again. And then last card here, we have Yarrow Harmony Venus. So like I said, there's something that's going to be mesmerizing or eye-catching about your beauty, or something specifically. We have eye coming through. Maybe your neck, because it's a very long neck. For the swan. Swans are also very graceful and very beautiful, very pretty, very pure, very innocent. We also have a horse over here, which is white as well. So something very pure and innocent about you. Okay. And that's also what this rosemary could be. Someone who's been here before, an elder of sorts. So they can't act out when they're with you or say whatever they want or do whatever they want, because they have to be on their best behavior when it comes to being around you, even though they're supposed to be the celebrity, you know? But I'm going to leave your reading right there. I hope it resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Something about you smelling really good as well. I'm hearing lavender. You smell like lavender. Or just really good in general, you know? So like I said, all their senses are going to be touched and teased and, you know, entranced. You smell good, look good, sound good, you know, things like that. Okay, I'm going to leave it there though. I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 2s. Welcome to your reading. If you chose option 2, thumbnail image 2, or card 2 that I have not pulled over as of right now, they will all be pulled over when I'm done with all the readings, and then I'll, you know, put them together in a group 1, 2, 3 format, so you can see all of them. So you have an option to pick a card as well as a thumbnail. Okay, so you know, I've always carried around my headphones with me in case someone calls me and I'm able to have a conversation with them, because my AirPods are trash at phone calls. And it just crossed my mind to use them for your reading, because I want to sit by the window where there's good light, but these windows are so paper thin that any sound from outside will be easily viable. You will hear it. Okay, so I wanted to film by the window so we can get better lighting first and foremost, but I also wanted to, you know, get some breeze because it's kind of, you know, stuffy in here. So group 2, if you chose this reading, this reading is inspired by a viewer who commented or requested this reading saying, how would my celebrity crush view me if he met me? Okay, or when he meets me for the first time, kind of energy. And that's always been a reading that I've wanted to do, but I don't know how it got lost in the sauce, child, because I've been like, I'm big on celebrity crushes, and anyone who knows me in my life knows I have many celebrity husbands. Okay, you've probably heard me mention a few of them on the channel if you've been here for a while, but I'm all about celebrities because I think of them as people. I don't really think of them as, oh my gosh, they're this big, holier than thou person. You know what I mean? I just think of them as regular people. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to marry this one day. And then when they get married and have kids, I got to take them off the list and I got to find somebody else. And it breaks my heart. It's a whole mourning process. But hey, I'm not a homewrecker, okay? If they found their happiness, good for them, okay? But anywho, back to what I was saying. I was inspired right before your reading to use my headphones so you would be amused to them. That's how your celebrity crush would view you if he met you, when he meets you. He would consider you his muse. You know how every artist has this one person they meet and they write a whole album about them? You would be that person. It's giving me, I've mentioned it before actually, the Galway Girl song by Ed Sheeran, how he met a girl in Galway. She had a man, she was in a band. It's like she played a fiddle in an Irish band, but she fell in love with an Englishman. She kissed him on the lips and then she took him by the hand saying, baby, I just want to dance with my pretty little Galway girl, okay? So he met a girl in Galway and he literally wrote a song about her, okay? We've all have those. Also another song, Hey There Delilah. Hey there Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty. Yes, you do. Hey there Delilah. Oh, la la la. Hey there Delilah, child. What other songs were inspired by like first meeting a fan? You know, those kinds of songs, they would be written about you because whether you end up being in a relationship with them or not, something you do, seeing you for the first time, you become their muse, okay? I'm also hearing how in that one movie on, I wanted to say Netflix, no, Prime Video, the Idea of You with Anne Hathaway and Nicholas Glass-Steen, he is a celebrity, the Harry Styles, Caroline Flack or whatever spin-off portrayal book movie. He falls in love with her. He sees her, not falls in love with her, but you know, falls in lust or infatuation with her. Sees her at a concert, shouts her out, makes a song about her, or sings a song dedicated to her. He's like, I met this really nice lady tonight and she's in the audience and I want to sing a song for her, kind of energy. And of course, the girl who met him earlier knew the song was about her, okay? That kind of energy. So if you want to know how you'd ever be swooned by a celebrity, they would definitely dedicate a song to you in the crowd. And they're going to be like, you know who you are. I'm sorry, that just tickled me, because period, okay? But that's the kind of energy that's coming through. They will see what's a muse. Now let's see what card you guys got. You know who you are. Like, shut up. Here we have coins. Wow, luck and money. Exactly. You inspire them to make a track that goes viral or gets really popular, and they just think of you as their lucky star. I'm hearing lucky strike. She keeps me up all night. This is what it sounds like. Ooh, my lucky strike. 1 in a million. Something, something. My lucky strike by Maroon 5, okay? Now, I got real pissed off earlier today. Rant moment. Sorry, guys. You could skip forward like maybe 10 seconds and I'll be done. I was like reading, seeing how my most recent video was doing at work, sneaking little peeks. And it's like always hard for me to stop and like respond to everyone. So I try to give like a specific moment of my time to respond to all the comments. But that now wasn't that time. I was just peeking to see how the video was doing. And this one person was like, the video would be better if you would stop saying. I'm like, I wish y'all would. Y'all don't get tired of telling people what to do and how to act. Like, you don't get tired of giving your unsolicited opinion. Now, I understand if I ask, like, guys, do you know any ways to make my videos better? Da 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 da. I would understand that aspect of it, but someone living their life and doing a video on their channel, like, is upsetting you so bad that every other video there's somebody commenting, you know, your videos would be so much better if you didn't sing. Did I ask you though? I don't think I did. I really don't. I really don't think I did. And even if I did ask, I don't care about that comment because I'm gonna still do it. Like, no, it would have made my readings better because that's what I use as inspiration to get messages. Like, I don't know what they don't understand about that. Some people are just really, let me not even get disrespectful. Some people are just really, really, okay? So anyway, I'm like just peeking and I'm like, oh, the other comments are cute. And I'm laughing and giggling in this one comment like, oh, your video would be so much better if you didn't sing. I didn't ask you, heifer, okay? I'm so sorry. Like, I'm not into name calling, but literally, that's what you're acting like, okay? Constructive criticism, that's not it, because in every single video, that's always going to be the thing. If you don't like it, then find somebody else. Get somebody else to do it, okay? But anyway, I think this is kind of, you're going to be like very much yourself, meeting your celebrity crush. You can be like very sassy. You talk back. You don't fall at their knees, on your knees for them kind of energy. You don't treat them like a celebrity, you know? And that's going to be something they think about. Like, you're talking to me real crazy, you know what I mean? Or there's going to be something you're doing, or you could be talking to somebody else really crazy and being like, having an attitude or something like that. And they kind of get inspiration to write a song about this girl they met one time or saw one time in the coffee shop who was cussing somebody out. And that will be you. Okay? But luck and money is definitely giving, this is my lucky strike, okay? 1 in a million. I'm also hearing from Hannah Montana. That song almost wants to come through group 1, but I did not mention it. So some of you could feel called to group 1, okay? But yeah, there's something here about that coming through. Luck and money. You are going to make them money because they make a song that goes viral or gets big because of the encounter they had with you. Whether it's a one-night stand, honey child. Or whether it's like a one-in-a-lifetime encounter where they see you and you don't know that they saw you, but something you are doing inspires them to make a song. But it's definitely giving muse, okay? I definitely want to get some more cards from this deck to see what else comes through. How will their celebrity crush view them if they met them? How will their celebrity crush view them if they met them, please? You definitely tell people about themselves, so that would be something they would take into account. Like, oh, I can't just say whatever I want to this person. You know what I mean? She has like some bite, you know? She has some bite. Okay, I'll take these, I suppose. These are a lot of cards. But I guess they're going to be having a lot of thoughts about you, eh? Inspiration. Okay. Here we have flowers, romance, sweetness. They could try to woo you. Oh, this is so cute. It's giving. You meet them. They like you. They ask for. It's the idea of you. Stop playing. That's the movie. That's the book. Go read it. Go watch it if you haven't already. Literally meets in a chance way. She's going to use the bathroom, and the person she asked at Coachella tells her the bathroom's over there in one of those whatevers. And then she goes on his trailer, and she thinks it's a regular bathroom. So when he comes out, she's like, "Are you done? Like, finally, you took forever have to use the bathroom." And he's like, "Okay." You know, he doesn't really say, "This is my trailer, have to get out." You know, he doesn't get crazy with her. He's just like, "Wow, okay, this is interesting. You're in my trailer telling me to hurry up and I'm taking forever in the bathroom. That's crazy to me," you know? But he rolls with it. And then she ends up using the bathroom, and then she comes back out, and he's like chilling there, and she's like, "Why are you still here?" or something like that. And he's like, "Well, this is my trailer." And now she's embarrassed, okay? Now she's embarrassed because she was talking to him one kind of way, and she didn't know he was a celebrity. And now look at her, look at Doofy, okay? But that's the thing. You say whatever you want. You say something really like catty or smart or sassy to them. They're like, "Oh, I've never experienced this in my fame." You know what I mean? So it takes them aback, or like brings them back down to earth. And then now they have feelings towards you because, of course, you a baddie or something or whatever. Okay? It's giving that kind of encounter. Okay, guys. Don't mind my personality. I'm being very on right now. I'm being very goofy. So that could be your thing as well. You're very goofy. You know what I mean? You say whatever comes to your mind. You don't really hold anything back. No filter kind of energy. And that's something, like I said, that inspires them to make a song or makes them want to keep you around because they know the way you are as a person is rare, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing "I was there, it was rare." Oof, not, oh my gosh, no. Not all too well coming through. Stop it. We're not doing this right now because this encounter is not going to turn into that, okay? Could. All Too Well by Taylor Swift, the 10-minute version, guys. That's the only one that I listen to, okay? Unless I'm at karaoke and they only play the regular version. But the All Too Well 10-minute version, she's like, "I was there, it was rare." You know what I mean? I remember it all too well, child. And that's what it, yeah, you're going to be someone that they remember for a while, okay? Someone they write a song about. She literally wrote a song about Jake Gyllenhaal. Gyllenhaal, however you pronounce that man's name. Made a song about him after their whole twin flame encounter. And she literally mentions twin flame in the song. You know what I mean? Did the twin flame bruise paint you blue? Just between us, did the love affair maim you too? Yo, so there could be something here about New York City, upstate New York, something like that, riding in a car. A really short but very intense, oh yes, stop it. A really short but intense dalliance between you and the celebrity. The you meeting them will turn into that, okay? But that's what's coming through for real. But she was like, "It was rare, I was there, I remember it all too well." That's the vibe coming through for you guys. But it definitely gonna turn into love affair, child, and it may not end well, but it's gonna be very intense, no matter how short or long it may be. Wow. So we have luck and money, we have romance and sweetness, we have old woman, sadness and female. This could end up with you or them being sad. You could leave them, they could leave you, but there's gonna be some sadness that lingers, okay? And I'm hearing "Linger" by the Cranberries, so that song is also coming through. Don't let it linger, or why did it have to linger, something like that. So this is giving like very 90s vibe, where I feel like every celebrity was very much more down to earth than they are now. I feel like a lot of celebrities, even especially now that we've introduced influencers and content creators, they're more regular everyday people than celebrities are, essentially. And that's where the world is moving now, where regular people can become worldwide famous. I'm hearing Liza Koshy, a few people who like became famous from being influencers, you know, or like that initial YouTube where everybody was like making little skits and videos, and they just became really big from that, you know. I'm hearing also Mr. Beast, that his name. I don't know that man, okay, but I know of him. So that could be a thing as well, where you just get really big and become really rich and famous from like making videos based on your personality, because that's what keeps people coming back to a YouTuber's channel, their personality or what they love about them, okay? Something that they have that other people don't have, or else they wouldn't be watching their channel. They would be watching someone else's channel, you know? That's what's coming through. So you're giving, even though they're a celebrity, you're your own personality as well. You're a very big personality to this person. and they're gonna be like, wow, I'm very intrigued. But something here about sadness. Maybe there's a sadness about you, or there's gonna be a sadness about them that you kind of alleviate when they're around you, which is why you're giving muse, because you make them want to be happy, you know what I mean, and feel light and be free and carefree, and that's something a lot of celebrities struggle with, because they're not able to, especially if you're an A-lister, you're not able to go outside and go to the grocery store anymore, or just go to the mall and shop. There's no what is it? There's no more privacy when you're a celebrity. Everyone knows who you are for the most part. And if everyone doesn't know who you are, one person will. So you're never going to be normal again. Because people walking up to you like, are you that girl from that show? Oh my gosh, I love your song. I love your music. I love your show. Da, 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 da. Like, that's not normal. So even if it's just one person, you're never going to be normal again, You're never going to have that. I'm trying to come up with the word, but it's not coming through. It's ivity or something like that. Where it's like you're, invisible or something like that, okay? Now, that's what's coming through, sadness female. So you could come through with someone who's very sad. I'm getting more of like a vibrant personality, okay? Very spicy, okay? Very much out there, loud, large, and in charge. You're definitely giving Queen of Wands energy, where you can't be ignored, okay? Which is why you inspire them. Because I would say out of all the queens, she's the muse, I would say. She's very attractive. She's beautiful. Her energy is infectious, Whether she's being catty, mean, disrespectful, bossy, it doesn't matter. She's still the star of the show while she's doing it, and people still love her. So I feel like even if you are someone very loud and rambunctious, there are still people who are like, I wish I could be that open the way that person is. So there's still people who admire you or see you or hold you at a high regard or something like that, okay? Here we have Scrap, which is nourishment and transformation. Look at this energy's coming through. How beautiful. Like, you change them in the time span of knowing you or meeting you, you change them for the better. Because we have nourishment, transformation. These two, they go through a nourishing transformation when they're around you. So they can, and it's literally coming out after sadness female. So whether your celebrity crush is a female or a male, there's an energy here of sadness, okay, loneliness. You know what I mean? How you're in a crowded room full of people who know you and love you supposedly, but you're still lonely, Okay. And I'm hearing that song, lonely, super lonely. I can't remember how the song goes, but it's given super lonely. They're very lonely, and by meeting you, they feel a little less lonely, okay? So you're definitely nourishing to this person. You're like a jewel, a hidden gem, someone they've never met before is the kind of vibe coming through. Can you behave yourself? I'd appreciate it. I'm trying to keep the car out of the way and it's acting up, y'all. Yeah, there's something here about people trying to shoo you away or put you in a corner. You're like, I don't go in a corner. I'm sorry. I don't listen to instructions. I don't follow directions. Wrong person. Yeah. Here we have dolphins, playfulness, cooperation. As I'm saying, you don't listen. We have cooperation. Sure, guys, okay? Maybe you're cooperating because they're a celebrity, you like them, but in real life, you really don't, okay? It's giving defiant, okay? It's giving Queen of Wands, like I said already. But yeah, very playful vibes, definitely. You're very friendly. You're very open. Your vibe is very infectious. I do believe you're kind of like an entertainer, like I said. The way you speak, the way you act, the way you enunciate, the way you move. There's something about that's like, oh, it's giving showmanship in some kind of way, You're a performer, an entertainer. Okay, and I'm hearing that song by Zayn. You're my favorite entertainer. Entertainer by Zayn. I something, I act with you. Don't you pay me for no fool. Cause in the game I own the rules. Like Zayn, okay. He's one of my celebrity crushes. So if I met Zayn, the things I would do to that man. But we're not talking about that right now. Okay? Let me know y'all. No, since this is a video about celebrity crushes, my group 2, I didn't say it for group 1, but tell me y'all celebrity crushes in the comments. Let's manifest that meeting, guys, okay? Because it's giving very juicy meeting between y'all. Let's manifest that for us, okay? My group 2s, in the comments, who's your celebrity crush, okay? Thank you. I'm nosy. Here we have news and messages. Maybe some of you will get DM'd by a celebrity because you are an influencer. Or a content creator, because some people don't consider themselves an influencer, but you're a content creator, you're online, you have a platform, we should say, whether you consider yourself an influencer or an internet celebrity or whatever. It's giving they come and message you, or they reach out to your management or your team and say, hey, I'd like to do a collab with this person, because that's like going around a lot. People, see, it's giving, because these days, in this day and age, okay, so we have Eliza Koshy, we had all those people from before, but in this age now, because Eliza Koshy was when I was in high school, which is, I ain't gonna tell y'all, let me stop, like, I don't even know. 11 years, about to be 11 years this year that I graduated from high school. And she was the big lady. Now she's on in movies and stuff like that. But now it would be like, what's that girl's name? Is it Amelia? Something. She does a chicken shop date. She literally just started this random channel going on a chicken shop date with some, maybe smaller celebrities. And now it's like a big thing for celebrities to go on her show when they have a new project coming on. She gets the Andrew Garfield. She gets the Cynthia Erivo. She got the Harrison Dickinson. He another one of my celebrity crushes. He's cute. He's a new one. But after I saw him in Baby Girl, there was something else that I'd seen him in. But Baby Girl, like, sealed the deal for me. I'm like, oh, yes. Yes. Okay. Stop. But yeah, him, like, she's like now very high profile A-lister celebrities who she interviews in her chicken shop date. But she went from interviewing smaller people, maybe more, because she's English. And there's somebody else that I'm thinking about. Crap. There's a lot of people, actually. There's one, I forget her name. I'm so mad, but I love her. She is oh man, what's her name? I know what I promise. She is like the woman, she's like Pacific Islander, and she be bashing these men out there. Is it? Oh, it just came and left. Crap. I know her name, I promise. Is it? Oh my gosh, I'm so mad. I mentioned her in another reading, literally. I forget. And it's right on the tip of my tongue. But yeah, she got really big. Now she was like an NYC, New York City best selling author for her new, is it? Oh my gosh, it's right there. It's going to piss me off now. Does it begin with an A? Like I'm hearing Audrey, but I know it's not Audrey. It's Ruffalo. It's something Ruffalo. Oh my gosh. But I'm not going to dwell on it. There's a few other people who like got really big now, like doing interviews. I know, is it her name Quen Will or something like that, where she's like the whitewashed black girl who like only has white friends and stuff like that. Or that was her thing, or she got made fun of for it or something like that. She like did like food reactions and stuff like that. She was caught. I think somebody got a picture of her kissing Billie Eilish at a concert or something. Yeah. Is it? Oh my gosh, her name is right there. It's Drew. It's Drew Afufulo. Not to be funny or mispronounce her name, but it's Afulo or something like that. Drew. She'll be out here bashing these men and teaching women how to be their best selves and to decenter men because men ain't, anything. That kind of thing be coming through for y'all. But news and messages giving those people are now being reached out by. I'm also hearing Call Me Daddy. That's like a podcast. And she is like really famous people as well. Like stuff like that. You were just a regular everyday person who took a chance on your dreams, on, living your best life. And now look at you, reaping the benefits by rubbing armpits with celebrities, rubbing elbows is the thing. I'm so sorry. But I think Quenwell or whatever her name is, I don't know her name, okay? I just see her, I know her face, okay? She was like at the Oscars, and so is Amelia. She does interviews on the red carpet now, and even the other guy, I forget his name, but he's the guy who does like the camera that like kind of like zooms in like a very like slow motion camera, but it plays it back to you fast. He said he remembers when it was just a dream of his, and everyone would be like, "You're never gonna end up on the red carpet." And look at him on the red carpet now, and everybody wants to be in his little, things. I forget his name as well, but it's giving someone who had a dream. When after that dream, now they're rubbing elbows with the rich and famous. Okay, and people reach out to your PR or reach out to your manager and say, "You want to work with her?" You know what I mean? That's the kind of thing. Or we think she'd be perfect for this movie we've been thinking about, or that kind of energy. It's giving muse because you are a creator yourself. So you help them make better content or artistry or art, Now let's get into these regular tarot cards. I'm all backwards and all over the place. But yeah, there's something like very playful about you. And I do believe you attract a lot of attention. And I do believe for some of you are like, you have a platform or something. You be out here on the internet for people to see. Okay. Here we have the Hierophant in reverse. Interesting. I don't feel the need to take reversals for these, so we're going to go with upright. The Hierophant, that's Taurus energy, so you're very wise, you're very smart. You always know the best course of action is what I'm hearing. So that could be what the celebrities are reaching out to you for, because you're good at, guiding them. It's kind of giving me how and I said this in group one as well. Wow. So yeah, if you feel called to group one, you can go watch it or not. Where there are certain celebrities. This is a one person that I'm thinking of specifically. Her name is Jasmine, and she's like very. I think she's like a fairy god sister, and she's like very heavily into spirituality and interpreting dreams and like just all those little. I can't talk. Oh my gosh, all those kinds of things. Oh, bust up in here. Don't do that. And she's just like how she works with celebrities, and now she like has all this money and fame and success because she's someone who's spiritual that the celebrities come to, and I'm sure they pay her the good bucks to like help them interpret their lives and their astrology and their chart and make themselves as successful as they can be. Another person I'm thinking of is 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐿𝐿, I believe her name is. She's also an astrologer mostly, and she helps people. She's very big into astrology, and she like does astrology for like, is it, I don't think it's Vogue, but it's like those little magazine things. She goes and like does that for celebrities and big clients, stuff like that. So people who are like small town people who don't really come from much, making it really big, and rubbing arms with the rich and famous is the kind of vibe that you guys are giving off, and that's what the celebrity would think of. Like, I am a fan of you, how are you a fan of me, kind of energy. That's what the Hierophant is giving me. Someone who's into spirituality, who helps guide people in a very public manner. Okay, so people come to you for advice on what to do next. Like, it's giving priest, but it's not giving priest, Here we have the Queen of Wands. Didn't I say this whole, and she came out. What's up, Queen of Wands? How are you? Your energy's been giving her. If she didn't come out, I wouldn't know what to say at this point. You know what I mean? So it's giving you're definitely someone who has their times of being very, modest, very quiet, very, I'm hearing cold and clinical or studious, or what is the proper word? Like, what will you call a priest? Holy? Traditional. That's also the Hierophant, very traditionalist views. They think of you as that kind of person, but then you're also this very high-strung Queen of Wands as well. That is what your celebrity crush would think of you, okay? So we have like very high, I'm hearing high profile, okay? Very high profile cards on the deck. On the table, Lord. Yeah, the Hierophant leads and he guides. He's the mentor, okay? Like I said, in a more public way. Because I would say the High Priestess could be called the same, but she's very secretive with her gifts. She doesn't give it to everyone. The Hierophant is like, hey, I'm the priest. Come and confess to me at church. So it's giving, you're very public about what you do, and you're public about giving back or helping or being in the public eye. The Hierophant is the one who wants the praise. The High Priestess is the one who's like, I'd rather do my work in the dark, in the shadows, you know what I mean? You're someone who likes to be seen, wants to be seen kind of vibe. Or you can't help but be seen. Even if when it comes to spirituality, things are supposed to be like private and sanctimonious is the word I want to come through. There's supposed to be a certain sanctity to these things, and you're making it very public, making it very accessible, making it very acceptable, popular. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Two of Pentacles. This also came through in group one. Just saying. There's something here about a balancing act. You're able, I feel like it's mostly to do with these two parts of yourself. You have like a very serious side, and you have like a very not so serious side, okay? Or like a very more risk-taking, thrill-seeking side, and then you have this Hierophant, which is really good at taking advice and very wise for their age or whatever. So it's giving sexy teacher, sexy librarian kind of vibes. Like, you have all the answers, but the package that it comes in is very attractive or appealing to the public eye, okay? Which is why you may be so popular, because your personality or your looks is like, hey, look at me. You know what I mean? Then we have the Judgment card, which is also like a more spiritual card as well. As giving awakening, rebirth. So you could be, I'm hearing, wow, how do you wake up a generation? I think that is like the motto or the mission statement. No, that's not the right sayings. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm obsessed with this one song from Tick Tick Boom, the play based on the Jonathan Larson, I believe his name is, the playwright who made Rent. He also wrote Tick Tick Boom, but I think Tick Tick Boom was more autobiographical, and Rent, it was also kind of autobiographical. I think his plays and things he wrote in songs were very much growing up at the end of a generation, at the end of a millennia, you know what I mean? something in living in America at the end of a millennia. Very Rent, you know. It was like very late 90s living where STDs were running rampant and him living from house to house, not having any heat, not having any anything. And that's literally how he kind of passed, how he, you know, he was living in like a Manhattan apartment, and his show was supposed to open. Rent was supposed to open the next day, and he died the day before Rent was supposed to open. He wasn't able to see all the success it achieved, you know, all the acclaim that it had. And it was kind of like autobiographical in a way, because he was definitely living with friends, and I think it was actually his life just put to film or paper or music, you know, or play, right, whatever. But it's definitely giving him the motto or whatever for Tick Tick Boom when I'm listening to the song Green Dress on, and I'm hearing the song. It's like deep dark velvet hugs your silhouette, dark sable stockings, you're my silhouette, Juliet, soft long hair, baby beautiful eyes, cool me down before I jump into your thighs. The green dress, 20 buttons and a strap. The green dress, what a pleasure to unwrap. So very, you know, but that's like my favorite song. I was obsessed with it. It was like my number one song in 2023. I would say that's how much I listened to it on Spotify. And when you listen to the song, you see the album for the thing, and it's like, what will it take to wake a generation? That's the kind of energy coming through for you guys with the Judgment card. Okay. So it's definitely giving something here about awakening, being very woke, self-conscious, or just being conscious in general. Very high vibrational, high vibing person, but very conscious of the things that are going on and the climate and the state of the world. And you're trying to fix it and be that person that's trying to help everyone evolve in a way that's like very playful, but also not perfect. You know, you're definitely giving Jasmine. You know, like I said, she is. I think her name was just Jasmine. She's a black woman with dread. She's like, you know, plus size, very funny, very Capricorn, very ruthless, very Queen of Wands in my opinion. And I believe, yeah, she's a Capricorn. But yeah, she's very much like big spiritual person. And that's the kind of vibe you guys are giving, okay? Very much, what was her name from Princess and the Frog? Mother something. It was the lady they went to go find to turn them back into humans from frogs. It's Mother something. That's the kind of energy you guys give off. That's her energy as well. Even though she's young, she's very like old souledy, very combative. She says whatever she wants, which is that sassy coming through from earlier. What else was I getting from you guys? Yeah, but there's something here about awakening people, awakening a generation, or people just always watching you. Because my judgment card always gives me, people looking up to you, you know, putting you on a pedestal in a way, because all these people are like, you know, the angels here, let's listen to what they have to say kind of energy, you know. So it's giving spokesperson, spectator, someone who has a message, someone who came here from heaven with a message is the vibe that's coming through for you guys, okay? Which is why you're inspiring this person, because you're so much like, you're so much bigger than them and what they came here to do as well. You guys are both here on earth with a purpose. And that purpose may just be in the spotlight, you know, for everyone to see. And that's how you guys meet each other, okay? How many cards is this? I'll take these cards. Thank you. We have the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. So there's something like very, you know, youthful about you. There's something very novice, starting out, you know what I mean? Building from the ground up, so self-made about yourself is what the Page of Pentacles is definitely giving me here. It's the apprentice, the person who was under people for the longest time, and you're meant to step out from someone else's shadow and lead. So if you're definitely someone who's like, you know, scared to, you know, lead or do your own thing, or, you know, use your voice, that's definitely what this celebrity is going to be looking at you for. What they're going to be thinking of you, like, why are you not saying something? Why are you hiding behind something? You know, you were brought here for a reason. You were born for a reason, you know? And that's the kind of deep conversation you could have with this person. And that's that nourishment and transformation. There's something here about you nourishing them and making them a better person. So after meeting you, they're better for it. Maybe because you made them rethink things. Maybe you make them feel like a child again. You make them feel like a novice. And, you know, they've been in the business for whoever knows how long based on the celebrity. And they're like, wow, like, you just taught me something new. And I've been around many different circles in many different rooms, and I've never heard this before, thought of something in this way before, you know? So you're teaching them new things. Now, the next card we have here is Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, teaching them new things, okay? You're definitely a gift. You're going to give them a gift, which is that muse energy and that luck and coins energy here. So we have money coming through twice. So there's something here about you having money or them having money or wanting to give you money. Y'all better. Y'all gonna have like a little sweetheart in this celebrity. They're gonna be sending you flowers like, go on a date with me. You're gonna be like, no. You're gonna be like, you know what I mean? Because I don't think you're someone who like wants to be in the spotlight or purposely pushes themselves there. They're just like, I'm here, I'm living my life. I don't want these people, little bald-headed, raggedy-head kids coming here saying, why do you want her? You know how it is when a celebrity finds someone to date. They find any little thing to pick them apart. And I don't think you would want any parts of that, you know? So even if you were to meet your celebrity crush and they would tell you, yeah, I want to be with you kind of energy, huh? You don't want to be picked apart by people, you know? It's not a matter of being able to take it or being weak or being strong enough. It's just like, I don't want to put myself in that position, you know? But they want to be with you and you may want to be with them. And it's cute and everything in theory until you actually have to do it and be with a celebrity. And now it's like, oh, this is very ghetto. You know what I mean? But I do believe you'll kind of ease the way for them. And them being able to use your wisdom and bounce ideas off of you is going to make them so much richer. So yeah, that's the vibe coming through. Your gift from the divine, which is the Ace of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. And I love how they kind of came out together and they mean the same thing in a way. A page is also a message. Pages are messengers, okay? But they're also apprentices. They're also novices. They're also assistances, you know? Like I'm hearing the, what do you call it? The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which is like a very early Disney movie, where we first meet, I believe that's when we first meet Mickey of the Mouses, okay? So, now let's get the rest of these cards out. Living in America at the end of a millennia. Interesting. So you guys can be millennials, and that's something you may have in common with a celebrity. Group 2, please spur my group 2s. What would their celebrity crush think of them if they met them? Please spur, what would they think of them? How would they view them? My group 2s. Okay. Shut up. We have Passion Flower Surrender. And anytime I get this card, I always immediately think of Wildflower, the beautiful song by, I think it's Wildflower anyway, by Billie Eilish. Okay. It's like a very beautiful song. I mean, every song by Billie is beautiful, okay? You could have like a very haunting, lilting voice. It's giving like woman of the lake kind of energy, lady of the lake, I should say, where you kind of like hide deep in the depths. You get people thinking and feeling deep thoughts and things. You don't like, you're not a surface level kind of person, you know? But a Passion Flower Surrender, you know what I mean? I do anything for you, even surrender. You know that I'm gonna fight till forever. Something, you're my something, son. That song is coming through Surrender. I think that came through another reading, and it's like by Life of Dylan or something like that. But it's really, I like the song. You may like it too. Go listen to it. But this person's like, I would do anything for you, even surrender. So you're going to like have this celebrity on their knees, guys, eating out of the palm of your hand. Okay. Now we have Rhodiola Wisdom. That's what I was talking about, the Hierophant energy. That's the first energy that came through. You're someone who's very wise. You're deep. You think things through. You're very good at giving advice to people. You know what I mean? And you could be reading someone to fulfill it the first time they meet you, telling somebody, and why am I hearing your hairline's uneven? You look dusty, you know? The way that guy ended up becoming famous for that one line on Beyond Scared Straight where he was reading that little bit for filth. He's like, what you want to be in jail for? They're not going to treat you nice. Your hairline's uneven. You look dusty. Like, and I'm like, you ain't got to go that hard, but he did. Because these kids out here just doing whatever they want. And they need to know these things. Like, do you want to really end up in jail? We don't want you in here. We ain't going to treat you nice. You know what I mean? You don't want to be up in here. And he was trying to do it in the best way he could, being a villain. I'm going to say felon, but I said villain, and felon. he tried to do the best he could being a felon to scare that boy straight, and I don't think it worked. Or if those shows are even real, who the heck knows? But yeah, that's the first time somebody's gonna see you. The celebrity, you're gonna be like, and your hairline's uneven, you look dusty, like get your life together, man. And the celebrity gonna be like, who is this? What did I just stumble upon? You know? That's hilarious. Okay, what else is coming through? I don't want to be here forever. I'm hearing "You're My Light in Paradise." I think that's like a part of the song "Surrender" still. Like, I'm trying to figure out what words I'm missing. Those are the only two cards that's going to come out. What will their celeb crush think of them when they meet them, please? How will they view them? We have Horsetail, Patience came through in group 1. So yeah, some of you are calling from group 1, watching all the 3 groups, which to each their own. Or you could go watch group 1 if you like. You're someone that's very patient. We have, this is the exact same cards. Hey now, and y'all saw me shuffle. This is the exact same cards that came out for group 1. We have Yarrow, Harmony. Okay, so there's something here about you being the balance to them. You know, because we have of course the scales here, and Libra is also 7th house energy, which is long-term commitment, marriage, Lord. Or long-term relationships kind of energy, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, engage, and marriage. That is the 7th house in a nutshell, okay? And that could be something that they're going to be thinking of for you because, I don't know what card came through. Romance, sweetness. Okay? And there was like, just to say, 2 of Cups came through in group 1. But I wasn't getting the strong energy of like them being entranced or that I'm getting in this reading. So I don't know if only a few messages or this, whatever came through for you is what's supposed to come through for you here. There's no need for you to go and watch group 1, you know? And it's also giving another hand from out of the clouds. So like you're a gift from God. It's kind of energy. It's what's coming through for you guys, okay? Okay, period. Period. And here we have Sage. And I swear I was going to mention Sage because down here on the Yarrow, we have the Sage right there. But I'm like, you know, Sage, we already had Wisdom come out. There's no need to constantly repeat it, but it came out, so it bear repeating. We have Blessing. Ooh, how cute! You're a blessing to all those lives you touch. Okay, this is beautiful. Like, I'm getting like retreats, I'm getting starry nights, I'm getting moments in the mountain where you're burning fire and looking up at the stars and talking about life and just getting lost. Conversations with you will be a beautiful thing, and that did come through in group 1 very heavily as well. So just saying. Let's get these dice and let's end this reading and see what's gonna come out. How will their celebrity crush view them? Why would you still fall, bruh? See, hold on, see what happened. Okay, this is what it fell on the floor and it stayed there. So we have Scorpio. Very interesting. I mean, basically what we've been saying, you know, very intense, very magnetizing, okay, very erotic vibes, okay. 8th house is all about those things of, you know, karmic debts and taxes and things you can't escape and death and STX and, you know what I mean? All those things is what you bring to the table, okay. That's what's coming through for what the celebrity, what they're going to think of you. They're going to definitely be attracted to you because we have the Queen of Wands. I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple. It's definitely given. You know what I'm also getting? We mentioned the idea of you, the movie, and how he meets her at Coachella and sings a special song for her, and then they end up having like backstage pass. This is giving how I think, or what I would do if I was a celebrity and I saw somebody in the crowd that I liked. I would send my assistant or my security guard to go tap them like, hey, this so and so wants to meet you or wants you to come meet them at their, you know, room backstage, and they go and get you, then you go and meet them at the backstage in their room, and then you guys start talking. You guys talk for hours, and before you know it, it's time for you to leave, or you're getting kicked out of the function and you have to go, but you look at the time, this hours have passed, like you want to hang out some more, you want to exchange numbers, kind of energy. That's the vibe that's coming through for you guys, okay? If they send their people out into the crowd to come get you and you guys talk for hours. Oh, so beautiful. I love when storylines come through. It's like, juicy. But yeah, that's what it's giving. Very long, intense, hard conversation. It could lead to something hanky-panky. It could lead to nothing. Just talking and being friends and you being an advisor for them and you being a very good friend to them, you know. It'll be different for everyone, I'm sure, but this is still what if this is not something that's going to be set in stone unless you have met your celebrity crush and this happened, and I'm like, good for you. Spill the tea in the comments. Here we have, I believe this is Pluto energy. We have Pluto, so it's definitely giving underworld, darkness. You help them see their shadows, okay? You definitely tell them like it is. That's definitely what it's giving. It's giving intense, undergoing intense transformation, you know? And that's what they know they will experience with you. That's the impression that you give them, okay? With Scorpio, which is underworld energy, and then we have actual underworld energy with Pluto, okay? Pluto's like devil death kind of stuff, okay? Now we have Capricorn coming through. So very serious. That's that wisdom and sage coming through. That's that Jasmine who I was talking about a lot during the reading coming through as well. She's very no nonsense. She's very goofy. She's very like a good storyteller, you know, but when it comes time for her to literally read you to filth, she is the best at it, okay? She be in loads of back and forths with people on TikTok trying to play in her face, you know, especially when you're in the spiritual space. People who are Christian or this or that want to come in and tell you you're wrong or you're evil for believing such things, or try to push, you know, their hyper, you know what I mean, beliefs onto you. You're just like, nope, I've been there, done that. I'm good. Like she's very open about, I used to be a Christian. Now I've been, what do they call it? Not destabilized, but I've been, you know, I'm not with it anymore. I'm more spiritual. I do not consider myself a Christian. There are some discrepancies in the Bible and the belief system that I don't want to, you know, associate with. And then the people who are just so deeply embedded into it, oh, you're evil and the devil spawn, and shut up. It's so annoying. Let people believe what they want to believe. We're not back in olden times where people would come from their country and try to push their religion on people. We're grown now. You know what I mean? We've evolved past that, hopefully, because who knows where America's going with this person, this fool in the office. 12th house energy, that's that very deep conversations, the psyche, your fears, things you keep hidden from everyone else. It's definitely giving bearing your soul. That's what they're gonna feel called to do when they meet you, okay? All their fears, their hopes, their dreams, their night terrors, you know, the things they wouldn't tell anyone else. You know what I mean? The things that are holding them back, what they went through in childhood, their traumas, stuff like that is 12th house energy. Then we have Saturn coming through, and that was coming through with Capricorn. So yeah, we have a lot of Capricorn energy here. It's definitely giving grown. Even if you are like someone who looks young, you're very grown. Okay, you've experienced some things. It's giving trauma, counselor, healer vibes coming through very heavily, very strong for you guys. And that's why this person will follow you to the ends of the earth, because you kind of have the ability to heal them, okay? Whether it's sexual healing or something else, child. Okay, take what resonates. Saturn is also about karma, so it's definitely giving you, they met you for a reason, and you are the person who's meant to come here and heal them. You know, I do believe in also bring things back into perspective is what I just heard very specifically, bring things back into perspective. Because they kind of, you lose yourself a little bit in that celebrity thing. You think you're this, you think you're that, but you're going to be like, hey, you're still just a regular person. I'm not putting you on a pedestal. Who are you? You're a human just like me. If I were to cut you right now, you will bleed, right? Okay. You bleed red. Cool. You know what I mean? We're all human. There's nothing about you that makes you inferior to me. Maybe because you have some kind of talent. Like, no. I have my own talents. Okay? So you're very self-assured, very confident. And they're going to think that's very sexy of you. Like, the fact that you put them in their place, that will be the thing that really gets them for you guys. And you're smart and intelligent behind that. You're very well educated. You're very articulate. Okay? Yeah, you're giving Sagittarius vibes as well. It's giving wise, sage, traveled, been around the world, seen a lot of things. I'm hearing, I've seen a lot of places in my life and time. I sang a lot of songs. I made some bad rhymes. You know what I mean? There's no one in my life that's more important to me. Girl, you see right through me. But we're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you. We're alone now, and I'm singing this song to you. That song is coming through. I think it's On Bended Knee is the name of that song. I'm not 100% sure. Okay. That song, since I'm saying Song to You, Song for You by Elton John is also coming through. I believe it's by Elton John. Okay. Or he's the one who popularized it. Who knows? Then I was talking about it and it came out. 7th house. Okay. So long-term relationship, they see the future with you, and that's something they want very badly, okay? It's giving you meet a celebrity and you date them. I'm trying to figure out, I was getting a specific instance. Was I or was I not? I may have said it, but like, yeah, it's giving you meet. Maybe it's the idea of you, yeah, because she ends up meeting him. They end up having a little thing. But it could be like an actual thing where a celebrity marries a regular person. You know what I mean? I think I was supposed to use an example of that, but I didn't because I was chatting too much. Interesting. There's a specific person that was coming through, or a couple, I should say. Huh. But anyway, I'm hearing Nash Greer, I think his name is, and his girlfriend. I forget her name. Or fiance. I don't know if they're married yet or something. But Nash Greer, he was like a very big YouTuber as well back in his day. I don't know if they still do videos. But Nash Greer, and I know her name. It's not Gabriella. It's something. And they have 2 kids. But she was like a regular person. He was like the YouTuber. And they found is it Giovanna? It's something like that. Okay. But they ended up getting together and getting married. But they're like regular people. It's nothing like, you know. I'm sure there's other examples that I just can't remember right now. And I hope you're hearing me clearly and not that freaking loud truck outside. You probably can hear it, but sorry if you can. I think that's all that I'm getting for you guys though. But they're like, it's giving celebrity who meets a regular person and then they're like, I don't want to be under the scrutiny of whoever and whatever. Like, it's not the giving. I'm hearing like, what's his name? Daniel Radcliffe and his fiance right now. And I believe they're very private about their life and their child's life. I believe it was a daughter or a son they had. I don't remember. I think it could be a son. But they're very... See, the fact I don't even know. You could ask me about any other celebrity, I could tell you. They have 2 boys and 2 girls. Like Daniel Radcliffe, he has a child. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. But he's very private. One thing when he does talk about his girl, he's like, she's very smart, very intelligent. Like, too smart for me. And that's what made me fall in love with her, not her looks. You know what I mean? But you guys have looks, is what I'm getting as well. But you know what I mean? Very balanced, even features with the Libra card coming through. Very beautiful vibes, but also intelligent. Beauty and brains, okay? But this reading got way too long, longer than I thought it was going to be. So I hope this reading resonated. If it did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you'd ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me. Use my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see you gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous group 3s. If you chose thumbnail image 3, you chose card 3, then welcome to your reading. Today's reading is going to be a suggestion by a viewer that I've been meaning to do myself, so I'm glad that she mentioned it or suggested it. It's going to be, how would your crush view you if they met you or when they met you for the first time, okay? Very juicy. And it's definitely something that I've been wanting to do for the longest time because I'm definitely a celebrity crush girl. I have many husbands. If you knew me, you would know. Yeah, a lot of them. And when they get married and, you know, couple off and have kids, I gotta let them go into the wild, you know, but it's fine because I still have many. You know, I like options, okay? So that's what today's reading is going to be about. How would your celebrity crush view you if they met you for the first time out in the wild, okay? So don't mind all the noises you may or may not hear in the background. I'm not sure. I'm using my headphones today because group 2, I was inspired before their reading. And I'm like, I want to sit by the window because there's still good lighting. I don't like, you know, I want you guys to see the cards as good as you can since I'm not going to be able to be at home. But now I'm like, I'm sitting by the window and the windows are so paper thin. And I also want some freaking breeze from outside, but there's not even any more breeze. So I'm better off just closing the window, honestly. But we'll leave it open for now. I'll get up and close it if I have to. But yeah, I wanted you guys to hear me better, okay? So how would your celebrity crush view you? What would they think about you? Things like that. When they meet you for the first time. Here we have justice and documents. Interesting. So it could be like a very formal setting, a business, office setting. When they meet you for the first time, they do believe you're very balanced, you're very fair, you're very just. Okay, you're very clinical. Okay, you're very intelligent is what I'm hearing as well. I'm hearing you're a smooth operator, okay? You're good at getting what you want and talking your way out of a situation. So it's giving lawyer, okay, for some of you. Whether you're a lawyer or not, you have like a slick tongue, you know? The gift of gab, some people would say. You're able to like get along with people very easily, you know what I mean? But documents is definitely giving, I don't know. Like, they may come to you with a situation they have with, you know, nudes or something. Like, what problems do celebrities have, child? You know, they're getting sued by someone. You end up being their lawyer, you know? It's giving how during the trial for Johnny Depp and what's the other that have his name? You don't like her, but she's the girl who was suing him for abuse or whatever. I really forgot her name. That's how unimportant she is to me. Okay. Um, anyway, Amber Heard. How people were speculating that he was dating or in relations, having relations with his lawyer. Okay. So as long as you're attractive and you're a woman, and you're representing someone, people are going to think whatever they want to think about you. But I don't think they were dating, and even if they were, that's their business, not y'all's, okay? So it's definitely giving like a very business, casual, not even casual, just giving business, your business, you know? You're very, what are you here for? What do you want? We're supposed to do this, this, and that. You know, it's giving someone who has like a list of things to accomplish, and we have to do it right now. So you're very, business oriented or goal oriented. You're not going to let them distract you from your goals. You know what I mean? That's the kind of energy coming through with the scales, justice, and documents. Maybe some of you will be married, and that's something they're going to notice as well. But I don't know what documents have to do with anything. Let's get some more cards to see what else is coming through. Justice or scales is a very Libran energy, and so far that has come through in every reading. So we could have someone watching all three just for funsies, and you're just showing up, okay? Just to show you're still seen, okay? Even if one resonates more than the other, you're still here watching. Ooh, okay. We have wolf, cunning and stealth. Oh, yes. You're a slippery. Like, yes. Yes. What do they call it? Silver tongue. And it's taking me to a show that I used to watch that I finished just recently because I got off track for like a few years, okay? It was called His Dark Materials, okay? And the main character was called Lyra Balakwa, but she met a bear in like season 1 or season 2, and he ended up naming her Lyra Silvertongue because she never gave up, did not back down, and didn't go down without a fight, but also she was very, very, very good at convincing people to do what she wanted, which is why he called her Lyra Silvertongue, because once you have a silver tongue, you're very convincing, You're very persuasive, Yeah, that's the vibe coming through for you guys. And it's giving lawyer for real. Like if they need someone to get them out of trouble, you're gonna be the person. Maybe they want to do something and you're like, no, I'm tired. Da, 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 and you convince them like, are you sure you don't want to do it? You know what I mean? It's giving hypnotism. Interesting. But cunning stealth is giving Slytherin. Okay, so maybe there may be something about you that's like a little scary or off-putting. Maybe you're giving law enforcement and they're like, oh, am I getting arrested, officer? And you're like, no, strip, let me stop. I'm acting a fool. I'm so sorry. I've been acting a fool all day, child. I don't know what's in the water, what's in the air. It's giving spring has sprung and now I'm acting a fool. I don't know how to act, okay? But yeah, it's like giving you're dressed up like an officer or like strip. You know what I mean? I'm done. Okay. We have dolphins, playfulness, and cooperation. Look at that. Like, am I in trouble, officer? You won't be if you take off them clothes right now. You know what I mean? I'm not bugging. That vibe is coming through, okay? But cooperation. You follow rules. Are definitely a rule follower. You're scared of going against what you were told. It's something that they're going to be thinking of. You're like a very good girl, good boy coded, or good person coded, okay? The last card we have eyes, envy and protection. Interesting. Why am I getting weird vibes from this group? There may be something here about you guys not getting along. And I wanted to say that when I was like, I forgot somebody's name. I think I was saying that. I was mentioning that. And it's only been 6 minutes. How am I forgetting what I said? But it's like somebody forgets your name, So they could potentially forget your name. Or you could forget their name. Or maybe you don't know who they are. But this is supposed to be your celebrity crush, so you would know who they are, right? I would hope so. Or maybe you pretend like you don't know who they are. And that is where that cunning and stealth comes through, because you convince them that you are just someone who has no idea who they are, okay? Very interesting. But yeah, there's something here about like forgetting somebody's name or something. So maybe you forget their name or you ask them like, and who are you? And they're like, who am I? Who am I? You know who I am. No, I actually don't. Who are you? I wouldn't have asked if I knew who you were. Very sassy, talk back-ish kind of person. Very interesting. Yeah, you definitely do. What's the word I'm looking for? Bruh. Intimidate them. That's the word I'm looking for. You definitely intimidate them. Anything else coming through from this deck for how their celebrity crush view them the first time they meet them? They may think you're fake or something like that. I want an even number. Can I get one more? Wow, we have bride, wife, engagement. Wasn't I telling you something about you're going to be married? You know, this is giving me, it sounds so ridiculous to say in this kind of reading. But you know how sometimes people have like, what do they call them? Shotgun weddings, I think is what they're called. They have like a shotgun wedding and they meet somebody one time and they get married in that same day, you know. It's giving me a specific book that I read. Like I told you guys, that's the one thing I'm good for, recommending books and movies and shows and stuff like that. Okay, so there's a book called, I forget what it's called. I think it's called Dive or Rush or Drive. I think it's Dive or something like that. If you want to know what it is after I explain it, I'll look it up for you and let you know. Is it something? I forget. But anyway, there's this celebrity rock star in the show. I mean, in the book, who meets a girl in Vegas and gets married. Like the name is right there, but it's not coming to me. But anyway, yeah, they meet one night in Vegas. They end up getting married, and they wake up the next day, and they're both like, she forgets him. Wow. Oh my freaking gosh. Exactly. Bro, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, they get married. He remembers everything. She forgets everything. She's like, I want a divorce, blah, 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 blah. What happened to me? He's a celebrity. She's a nobody. And then when everybody finds out, they're bombarding her and asking her what was so special about her. Who is she? Why did he marry her? Blah, 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 blah. And she's just like freaking out about it because she doesn't remember anything. I think she got drunk and they had like a shotgun wedding the first night they met. And he's like, okay, yeah, whatever. I'll give you your divorce or whatever. And he's like being, or annulment, whatever you want to call it. And he's like being very rude to her and she's trying to wonder why. But he's like, because you don't remember anything that happened. And I feel like they had like a very deep, what we find out they had like a very deep night, and she treated him like a regular person and didn't see him for his status, and they really got along really well, which is why he agreed. He was fully sober when they got married. She was not, which is why she ends up forgetting him the next day, and he gets very upset about it. But they end up, I think it's like Stage Dive by Kylie Scott, and it's a stage dive series, but the name of the book was like a Rush or Drive or something. But, and it's also, they made a movie about it on, there's Prime, and there's like what is it called? A streaming service that makes movies out of romance books, you know? And I forget what it's called right now. Is it Lush? No. That's where I get my skincare products. But it's like, it's something where they make romance movies or books into movies, okay? And I watched it on Prime. You have to get a subscription, of course. And it was actually really cute. I read the book a really, really, really long time ago. But I remember it was very familiar. I'm like, wait, I've read this book. Let me watch the movie now. And the book is always better, guys. I mean, I'm not going to lie here. But it was a cute movie or whatever. But that's the vibe that's coming through. You guys, like, get married the first day you meet them. You're both drunk, or one of you is drunk, and then the other person wakes up the next day and forgets their names. And that's why the first freaking card we have out is Skills and Documents, or Justice. You got married. You signed the marriage certificate. And now you're married because we have freaking bride, wife engagement. Are you serious? This is not your freaking celebrity crush story. This is not what we're doing right now. This is hilarious, okay? The next card we have is Success and Pride. So Crown. So yeah, there's something here about someone's pride being hurt, okay? With cunning and stealth. It's something here about, you know, smoke and mirrors in the dark, undercover, something like that is coming through. I don't know how it's going to pertain to your story. I guess we'll get more information, but it's definitely giving, you guys are like you keep things hidden, you keep a lot from this person. And that fact alone made them want to know even more about you, which is why they like agreed to get married to you or something. I don't know. The next card over here we have is Change and Purity, the Gazelle. It's giving dare in headlights. It's giving doe, okay? I'm hearing doe, a dare, a female dare. Ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, for a long, long way to run. Okay, anyway, I'm done. But a gazelle. This is the prey when it comes to predator versus prey. So they think of you as prey. So wow, what is this playing out in front of me in these cards now? Not them considering you prey and pouncing on you and trying to marry you, but finding you're playing hard to get, and they're gonna get you drunk and marry. Lord, that could be the story. That could very well be the story here. I guess we shall see what comes through. But yeah, that's what's coming through. Change and purity. There could be something here about you being very pure, okay, and them wanting to kind of like, sully your good name or sully your good reputation or something like that. This is very interesting, okay. But yeah, that's what's coming through. We have pride. So someone's pride. You're gonna be like a very prideful person. You could also be a very successful person. The girl, the girl that was in the movie, give me a second. The girl that was in the movie was like just fresh out of college or something. Was out of college and pause. Okay, so I looked it up and the book is called Lick. Okay, by Kylie Scott. It's a stage dive novel because it's gonna be like it's a series of the different rockers in the rock band group in the based in the world she builds. Okay, so that's what's coming through here, but it's definitely giving a lot of purity. I don't know, but it's like a vibe. This is so interesting. This could be someone you end up. This has been like a very interesting energy because it's coming through in all three groups. And I'm like, y'all not gonna meet your celebrity crush and y'all end up being in a relationship and getting married with all of them. It's not realistic, okay? But that's the storyline playing out for y'all. So I guess maybe it's true, okay? But that's what's coming through for you guys. And maybe some of you could like hit them or knock them out or something. Give them a bloody nose or a black eye or something. Because like under my jaw, it's like very sore. Right here, like I got hit, but I know I didn't get hit by nothing. But it's just this side right here. It's sore. So I'm like, did somebody hit me in my sleep? But yeah, there's something here about like, maybe banter or arguing or not really getting along, but ending up married, I'm hearing that's what you get. Shut up and put your money where your mouth is. That's what you get for waking up in Vegas. I think that was the premise behind that Katy Perry song. Waking up in Vegas is the thing, but that's what's coming through for y'all, honestly. But there's definitely something here about you being holier than thou. You're waiting for marriage to get, freaky dicky with somebody, that kind of energy. And that is what kind of calls you to them, like a siren call, Like, oh, she's pure and she's untouched and I want a piece of that. And you're cold and standoffish and you want nothing to do with them and you're cunning and stealthy. But just because someone is maybe a virgin doesn't make them innocent or, pure. It just makes them say they have a specific thing that makes them a little different from other people, but it doesn't make them completely innocent. So when they see that your son maybe hasn't been with someone, or maybe you're a little nervous around them, or or pretending to be, like I said, there's a lot of different storylines playing through in this group in particular. So I guess take whichever one's gonna resonate with you. Okay, you're married, you end up being their lawyer. Okay, maybe some of you could end up being their assistant. Some of you end up getting married the first night you meet them because you guys both end up meet in Vegas and get drunk and get married and wake up married like they did in that one book. Even if you don't, this storyline may not play out for you. That book is good, period, okay? And Lick, you can imagine what goes on in that book. But anyway, some of you are virginal and very pure, very innocent around them, very cagey and hard to get to know, and that is what calls them to you, okay? Like a lighthouse, a beacon. You stand out apart from the crowd because you're not trying to impress them or wanting to get to know them, or you're just like very nervous. And most friends, wow, I meant to say fans, are like very touchy feely and very boisterous, and you're kind of like chill back and laid. That's not justice. Very cool and chill, very balanced individual. Okay, let's see what the tarot cards say for this. This is like a very interesting reading so far. Well, we have envy and protection. So I'm getting that this envy and protection will be coming from them. There's something about you that makes them envious. Okay, how you act, how you move. Maybe this very innocent outlook you have on the world, pure outlook you have on the world makes them very jealous because they have been through a lot and they're very jaded. So you're the pure to their jaded, and that's the kind of energy you may need. And that's also, I think, what hooked the guy in the book as well. That's what hooked the guy in the book. She was very, sorry, it was getting loud. She was very innocent, had like a lot of, if y'all don't stop, a lot of different views, and there was something like very intriguing about her that made him want to marry her, even though he wasn't drunk. So something about the way they talked, the way they interacted, that made him like, yeah. And look, the Seven of Swords wanted to come out. Seven of Swords, all about sneaky, sneaky. Yeah. Thief in the night kind of stuff. Throwing stones to hide your hands kind of stuff. Let me stop. First card we have here is Page of Swords. Yes, so I think there's something like, the pages are always the first taste of the world, okay? So the conversations you have like very innocent, very opening, very pure, very honest, okay? There's something about a child that is so unsullied and untampered with the world, that's so innocent, I should say, that makes them say whatever they want, and they're very honest and truthful, and that's going to be the intrigue when it comes to you. Like, oh, this person hasn't experienced much, and they still have this innocent, pure outlook on the world, and they still believe in this, and they still believe in fairy tales, or something like that. And that's kind of what hooks this person in, That's what they think of you. Someone who's waiting for marriage, someone who's very innocent, someone who's very pure. Here we have Three of Swords. It popped out in a very crazy way, but I'm not taking reversals for this reading because it makes no sense. You're definitely someone who will break their heart. I do feel like they may not. Okay, so the fact that we have that book coming through, and that's like a very rock star vibe, where it's drugs, money, sex, rock and roll. He had been around a lot of things and a lot of stuff, and I do believe he came from like a very not so great background with his brother, because he was in a band with his brother. And there was like a lot of drama in the book about exes and something like that. They came from like a very bad household, a very not tragic but trauma-filled childhood, where their mom was like, didn't really take care of them. They had to take care of each other kind of energy, So like very humble beginnings, less than humble. And like very, where you grow up thinking that you're like the scourge of the earth, where you're not worth anything or meant to be with people as pure as you are coming off to them. So even though they're the celebrity, they're seeing you as someone who is holier, cleaner, purer than them. So why would you want to be with me? This is a heartbreak waiting to happen kind of energy, is the best way I can explain it here. Like, this person hasn't really experienced much life, and I've experienced so much life. What will we have in common, This person will like end up leaving me once they see how damaged I am, This is definitely giving like first love vibe. So this celebrity would be your first love, and they would have been in who knows how many relationships, you know what I mean? You would have been their first everything, or they would have been your first everything. Okay, very interesting. We have the World, and of course we have Nikki-ness coming through, but let's just see if I can cover it as best as I can. We have the World coming through, so they're definitely going to see you and hold you to a certain, like, yeah, it's definitely giving pedestal. They're going to put you on this pedestal where it's like, this person is like so beautiful. Oh, this is so sweet. They're so sweet. They see things like, they haven't been jaded by the world yet, and I'm so jaded. What will we have in common? You know what I mean? My hands are dirty compared to her clean ones. What, that kind of thing. So you're definitely giving the opposite of one of the groups that I did, and I forget. I think it's group 2. But yeah. Group 3, you're definitely giving someone who just like, oh my gosh, like she still thinks that fairy tales exist. It's like giving a big kid who's looking at a small kid who still thinks Santa exists. Like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. You know what I mean? You have that cuteness about you, that innocence. Okay, but you're also very cunning and stealthy. You're also very playful, okay, and you're also very protective, and you make them want to be very protective of you as well. So that's the kind of energy that's coming through. They would want to come and be captain, save a home, protect you. Is the vibe that's coming through. Oh, that hurts. Seven of Cups is giving options, okay, and it's funny how I think I was mentioning options at the beginning of the reading when I was talking about my celebrity crushes. I like to have options. So if one of them like gets married or has kids, I can go move on to the next one. Fantasize about them next, okay. So they could think you have so much, going for you, and so many options, so many people vying for your attention. Like, what would you want with them? Even though they're supposed to be the celebrity. So it's giving tortured celebrity, okay? I wanted to say Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez. They met each other when they were both very innocent, very inexperienced, okay? They were each other's first, I believe, in most things, okay? And then it didn't end very well with them, as I'm sure we all know, okay? So it's definitely giving that, but how he used to drink and, you know what I mean, living the rock star party boy life. There's people, celebrities, who don't really lean into that whole thing, and there's some that do. And that kind of messes up their relationship with people. So this person could think they're not good at relationships, but they see you as like marriage material, and some man would be lucky to call you his wife one day, and they're like, but I can't, you know? Okay, please, we don't like this whole martyr act. It's very annoying. If you want somebody to be with them, I understand if you have scars, but let somebody make the decision. Don't decide for them, okay? That could be what this person's doing. They're deciding for you. Here's 9 of Swords. Yeah, a lot of worry. So this person's this person's like so sweet, and oh my gosh, and I don't want to touch her with my grubby hands. You know, it's the kind of energy coming through. A lot of thoughts, sleepless nights as well with the 9 of Swords, staying up thinking about you even after meeting you, okay? Here we have 10 of Wands, okay? So we're going to cover this up because they tried to flag me for this as well. I'm like, it's not even showing anything, but okay, we have 10 of Wands. So this, more than anything, has like a lot of burdens and baggage. This celebrity you could have as a crush, or when you meet them, they just have like a lot of baggage, because this is, okay, more cards than I usually take. Let me get one more card. How would their celebrity crush view them? We have 7 of Wands, so on their defense, scared of being hurt. Okay, put them back over there. And then we have the Page, another Page, and then we have a King of Wands. So yeah, they're the experienced one to your inexperienced one. I've seen so much life, been with so many people, and you've been with no one, you know. It's like they're scared to kind of, like I said, get you dirty, okay? Yeah, and then this last card we have here is the Emperor. Wow, but it's also still very protective and very intrigued by you. Nonetheless, even if you are someone that's coming off as untouchable, holier than thou, on a pedestal, it's giving good girl, good boy, has so much going for them, what they want with me kind of energy. That's the dynamic coming through here. My gosh. The Emperor is also Aries energy. So they could see you. I think the more they get to know you, the more they are kind of like knowing that you're cunning and stealthy and willing to fight for what you want. So you may not be all that innocent as the way they thought you were. Is energy coming through? What's the bottom of the deck here? I'm just curious. 8 of Pentacles. So ending like a mastery. Like you're just so in control of yourself and your surroundings. That's what they do admire as well. And this could be also you mastering them. So knowing how to get them to let their guard down, or like you, or give you the time of day kind of energy. That's that cunning and stealth coming through. You know how to move and make them do what you want, you know? So they could see you as a little sneaky, or like I said, two-faced or facetious in the beginning. Like how you're coming off as this pure person. Like I said, people who are supposedly virginal and have never been with people are not, oh my gosh, you're so innocent, they have no experience. No, that's not always true. And they could be pushing that conception? No. They could be pushing that thought onto you. Concept is what I was looking for. They're pushing that concept onto you. But there's definitely something here about heartbreak. They don't want to break your heart. I'm hearing don't let it break your heart. And I'm hearing a song by Miley Cyrus, but it's not fully coming through. I know it's a Miley song though. It's something like Die With a Broken Heart or something like that. But there's something about, she has a song called like Heartbreak or something in it. And it could be with Mark Ronson. Don't Let It Break Your Heart could be the name of the song. Don't let it break your heart. Or that could be a different song entirely. I don't know at this point. I really don't. Okay. But how would they view you? There's another card. My gosh. Oh, this is the same Emperor card. I'm like, wait a second. I am on to see my husband. I'm ready to see my husband. So you know what you're giving me? You're giving me the kind of sneaky person who pretends to not know who the celebrity is, but you still think of them as your husband. And you're going to come up and say, who are you? And oh, I've never known. Oh, you must be new, or something like that. Treat them like a regular person. And they're like, oh, this person doesn't know who I am. Da, da, da. They can't handle me kind of energy, even though you know everything about them, child. And they're like, oh, no, she's too innocent and too sweet, and I can't do this and I can't do that. But you're like, what do you mean? Like, stop playing on my face, you know? Is the kind of thing that's coming through here. Or just because you may be a certain kind of way or believe certain kinds of things, or you're very fair and just and believe that this person is this and this person could, you know, it doesn't mean you are completely innocent and haven't experienced anything in life. You know, I keep saying the same thing over and over again. I'm sorry, but that's just, it keeps coming through though. where it's like giving church girl versus someone who's had a hard life but just chose to keep their virginity to themselves. You know what I mean? There's a big difference between those two people. One person thinks of their virginity as some gift or whatever, you know, you're holding on to your innocence and only saving it for your husband. And then other people are just like, I just haven't had the opportunity yet. So they hear the word virgin like, oh my gosh, what do you mean? Like, oh, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not that serious, Brody. You know, it's not that serious. Let me get some more cards and see what comes through for you guys. For my group threes, please spirit my group threes. There could be something very supple, nubile about your body. Very youthful, could be just the vibe coming through. You look very young and you look really young for your age, and they're just like, you can't handle me. You know, it's like the truth. You can't handle the truth. It's like, I'm pretty sure I can. Just give me the chance, okay? You think you're too big and bad for me. You haven't met me. You don't know me. And that's that cunning and self coming through. You don't know me. You can't tell me what I can and can't handle. How about you ask me something? You know? It's the kind of energy coming through for you guys. But they definitely see you as a heartbreaker. So there's something here that intrigues them about you. And it could be the fact that they don't know anything. Wow. We have freaking Damiana Beloved. And we have 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐒𝐓𝐀𝐭. Wow. Okay. So we have Damiana Beloved. Okay. So it's definitely giving marriage. Why do we have wife? And it's like, it's giving me, I'm hearing Gaston. Look at Belle, my future wife. Belle is the most beautiful girl in the village. That makes her the best. That's the kind of energy it's giving brute versus damsel, or brute versus very brainy, studious, nose in the book kind of girl. And everybody thought because Belle always had her nose in the book that she was so innocent, but she was mad sassy. She just needed the right man to bring it out in her. Because I remember that first time she met Beast and she was like, I'm not hungry. And he was like, that's starved. And she's like, okay, and well. And she was literally in her room trying to escape. So people think, because she's so beautiful and she's the belle of the ball and she looks like this or acts like this or comes off like this, that she can't, throw down with the best of them. She was not scared of Beast. She was willing to freaking, risk being captured by him, let her father free. You know what I mean? That's how ride or die and hard and tough she actually was. But everybody just saw this beautiful, delicate flower. And she was the opposite of that. She was a fighter. Okay? That's the energy coming through. But we have Damiana Beloved. There's going to be something like an instant. And like I said, this has come through for every reading now. It's not making no sense to me. There's a lot of people who are very envious of you. Like I said, this celebrity could be envious of you as well. But there could be like a lot of evil eye that will be surrounding you meeting them. Okay? And the sun is going down. It could be under the cover of darkness. It could be in a club where you can't really see each other. You don't really know each other that well. It could be a one-night stand. Like I said, you guys get drunk and get married the next day. This is like very interesting. Like, wow. And then we have 𝐓𝐈𝐌𝐄𝐒𝐓𝐀𝐭, which is commune. So it's giving community, building something with someone, feeling very comfortable immediately with someone. So it's feeling like you can open up to somebody and tell them everything is the kind of energy coming through. You feel like an immediate sense of community, of camaraderie, I'm trying to make sure. Maybe you could be a good citizen as well. There are many different facets to you. Because like I said, we have playfulness and cooperation. But we also have cunning and stealth. Okay? Then we have change and purity. Then we have envy and protection. Then we have pride. Okay? And then we have wife engagement. I think it's success and pride. Yeah. So you could be someone who also has your own like success. But you didn't let it change you. Or you have some kind of success, but it's like in a more quiet way where everyone is not a part of your business and they're envious of that part where you can go wherever you want and do whatever you want and have the success, but also have the privacy. But they can't. They have to have the success and the notoriety and everyone knows who they are. That's the opposite of, that's that difference that keeps coming through. So what else is coming through for my group threes? Please spare their celeb crush if they were to meet them. What would be coming through? How would they view them? Wow. We have Tulsi wealth. Wow. Maybe some of you come from like a very well-to-do, good family. and they come from like a broken family, and when two people like that meet, there's something about one of them being secure and one of them being a little, insecure. So it may lead to anxious attachment or avoidant attachment, and you have like a very secure attachment, and they can be envious of that. They can be envious of your wealth. They can be envious of your success. They can be envious of your family. But I'm like, if they're a celebrity as well, what could lead them to be jealous of you? It could be a mixture of those things. You came from a already wealthy family, so you got that wealth and notoriety without having to work hard for it. And they're envious of that. And they're envious of the protection you have from your family, while they were like a very free for all, and their family didn't really help them, which is why they see themselves like a slumming it. You will be slumming it with them, if that makes sense. But wealth is coming through again. We have success and we have pride. I feel like there was something here about no, but wealth is coming through here. So we have beloved, we have wealth. So maybe some of you are like Nepo babies and you come from a family that already has money, and that's what they think of you when they meet you. Like, we have nothing in common. I fought for my wealth and you got it on a silver platter kind of energy, something that keeps you separate from them. It keeps coming through. Now we have Rosemary, ancient memory, but it feels like you've known each other before. Or maybe you've known them in a childhood. Maybe your celebrity crush is someone you went to the same school with, but you didn't know each other because they were like 10 years ahead of you. And they come back to your hometown, they meet you, and, something like that. But Rosemary, ancient memory with commune and beloved is kind of giving me, they feel, I don't know, like a soulmate bond with you for whatever reason. Like the scales finally aligned when they met you. And they felt that instant connection, but they also felt that instant inadequacy with the 9 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. An instant burden, a need to want to be with you, an instant passion. 10 of Wands, if we were to read it like an 18 plus energy, is you're being bombarded by all this passion and lust for someone, but you can't really do anything about it, So that's the vibe coming through as well. That's the 10 of Wands, how I read it when I do 18 plus readings. Like, you're burdened by the lust and want and desire you have for this person. Then we have the King of Wands, also an energy of being very charismatic, being very experienced, and you coming out as a Page of Swords and a Page of Cups, someone being inexperienced, or you being a mix of very experienced and inexperienced, and they don't know how to take you or where to take you for, Or maybe they met you before, and when they met you, you were innocent, and now you're not. Or when they first met you, you gave innocent, but the more they get to know you, the more you're not innocent, Something like that has to be coming through for these cards to, be coming out the way they're coming out. And at the end, we have the Emperor energy coming through. Wow, we have a card here that I put back. I knew there was more than one card. I forgot one. We have Destiny. Wow, exactly. We have Destiny after we have Ancient Memory, Wealth, and the Beloved. So this person wants to share their wealth with you, their money. And like I said, for the scales to immediately come out, it's definitely giving marriage right off the bat. So that book is coming through for y'all. So if you want more of like a freaking Wattpad story of what would happen if you met your celebrity crush, just go watch that. And I do believe she didn't know who he was when she met him. Oh, you know what really happened in the book? It's all coming back to me now. There was a guy who was harassing a lady, right? And she was going to defend the lady, and she ended up getting into a fight with the guy. And the celebrity who she ended up marrying in that same night saved her because she ended up getting kicked out of the bar they were in. So she was drunk, and then there was another guy who was disorderly, who was harassing a patron in the bar, and she got up and like punched him in the face. And then she ended up getting kicked out of the bar, and until he came to kind of like come to her aid. And she was just, blonde-haired, innocent, bubbly little girl from in college that beat up this older guy who was harassing someone else. And that's the first impression this guy had of her, the celebrity dude in the book. And he ends up helping her. Then they go and have a drink at the same time. And they both get drunk, or she gets drunk, and then they end up getting married. And whatever they end up talking about in that night convinces him to want to spend the rest of his life with her. I'm like, it's making sense to me now, because she's giving this very, she was in college, very innocent, and hadn't really experienced much of the world, but she was willing to step up and defend this lady that was being harassed in a bar by this creepy dude in Vegas. And she punched him, knocked him out. And then the people in the bar was kicking her out, and she came to her aid and said, hey, you want to go get a drink or something? And they did, and they spent the whole night together. and that they ended up getting married and they stayed together, obviously, because it's a romance book at the end of the book, okay? I'm spoiling it, but I'm not going to tell you what happened, what else happened. You have to read it yourself. But it's definitely given you were meant to meet at that certain place at that certain time. How juicy. Yeah, it says Echinacea Destiny. It's like I was meant to meet this person. And of course, like I said in the beginning of the book, after the news broke, after they were married, all the fans were like, "What was it about her? Why did he choose her? She's just a regular half, you know." People being their regular jealous selves. So that encounter would definitely lead to, because Damiano was the first one that came out. Scales was the first one that came out. We have Wife Engagement, the first one that came out. Like, it's giving this person's risking a lot by being with you, but hey, when you know, you know, you know, you know. We have Seven of Wands as well. So there's something here about like having your guard up or wanting to put their guard down with you or defending someone. Literally, like the girl did in the book, defended someone and knocked them out to protect the girl he was trying to hit on that she wasn't interested, you know? So you have some guts to you, some chutzpah. So you look like this innocent girl who should be a college girl, but you're out here fighting grown men to protect people, you know? That's that Libra. You care about justice and what people and how people are treated, okay? And you're the Emperor, so you have this very feminine, childlike, innocent side to you, but you also have this really big, masculine King of Wands, the Emperor side to you. So big personality, very in control, very controlling, okay? Masculine. But the world here is definitely putting someone on a pedestal and being attracted to the whole package, no matter whether it's good or bad, okay? Here we have ninth house coming out, so very wise, traveling. So maybe overseas traveling, you may meet them at a bar or something, a happenstance, a chance encounter. Ninth house, wise, very traveling, very friendly, very open, you know? College as well is coming through, higher education, so you can meet them at a school function or something. Is giving how in 50 Shades of Grey, Anna met Christian at a school speech. He was the speaker for her graduation. That's how they met, I think it was. No, it was, but wasn't. Her friend asked her to interview him. And she came in all buttoned up in her skirt and looking very unsure and chewing on the bottom of her pen. And he's like, "Stop licking your lips," or whatever, or biting your lip. And she's like, "Why?" "Because it makes me want to do certain things to you," that kind of energy. And she came in very unsure of herself because she was covering for her friend Kate, because her friend Kate was a journalist, right? And that could be the documents coming through. Her friend Kate was a journalist, and she was sick, so she couldn't go and interview him that day. So she sent Anna instead, and all the questions she wanted him to ask. And Anna was asking all the questions, but she was also really shy at the same time. She was also a freaking virgin in the book. Stop playing in my face, guys. It's giving. Period. But anyway, yeah, so they do the interview. He's attracted to her. He's very intrigued by her whole, you know, innocent act, okay? Even though she's also very sassy and talks back and all that kind of stuff in the book. But his first impression was she was a nervous, skittish doe, a dare, a female dare. Wow. It's all coming together. They do the interview. She thanks him. He leaves. And the next time they see each other is, I think, at the commencement speech he does for her school or something like that. They go on a date. After that, he's telling her, "You don't want to be with me," push and pull kind of vibe, you know what I mean? And it makes a lot of sense that those characters are based off of Edward and Bella Child, because yeah, the push and pull was very annoying in that book or movie, but the books were better as always. Like I said with the Lick movie they made, the book is so much better. But yeah, that's the thing coming through. They think you're this innocent person, and they can dominate you and tell you what to do, but you also have like a really big backbone, and you know you end up telling them what to do instead. Period. We have Aries, okay, very assertive, very outspoken. Okay, you care about people and defending people, because Aries is the ram. They're gonna definitely tell you what to do, and you don't want to be in control. Very loud, very sociable. Wow, you have ninth house coming through twice. That's crazy. Ninth house, Sagittarius energy. So you're definitely like the party kind of vibe, the way the girl got drunk and then beat up this guy for trying to flirt with some other girl, and who was trying to deny his advances. She's like, "Leave her alone." And then she punched him, like, kid out of the bar. And that's her, you know, story where she met her future husband, period. Here we have Neptune, so definitely dreamy vibes coming through for you guys. Okay? Man of their dreams, dream encounter kind of energy. Or you're just dreamy, which is why they kind of fall under your spell a little bit. That's that ancient memory. Like, have I met you before? I feel like I know you. You're going to be like, no, I never met you before in my life, you know? And here we have Mars coming through. That's Aries energy coming through again. So there is this very much like assertive vibe you're giving off here that just keeps repeatedly coming through, especially with the King of Wands, the Emperor. You like to get what you want. Maybe you're very controlling, you're very persuasive, very charismatic, okay? It got dark in here real quick, but I'm almost done, guys. I'm sorry. The last card we have is Taurus, okay? Taurus. This is more of like your chill vibe coming through as well. So you're very outspoken and you defend other people, but maybe that's only when you're defending other people. When it comes to defending yourself, you're more so like, oh, that's that softness versus that very assertive outward war outspokenness versus that softness is the vibe that's coming through for you guys. So you guys embody both of those energies, which is why they think at first you're innocent, but you're really not. Or they think at first you're assertive, but you're really not, That's the kind of vibes coming through for you guys. Exit out of this. I looked up the book. Okay, yeah, that's the vibe coming through for you guys. But Taurus is also very second house energy, so very stable, very secure. That's what I was getting, more secure attachment. But we had wealth coming through, so that could be a thing as well. But it's definitely giving you are secure in who you are, whether you come off as innocent and very soft-spoken sometimes versus other times when you're very outspoken and, very much leave me alone and tell people what to do with very bossy kind of energy. You can be very bossy because the Emperor and King of Wands, very bossy energy, okay? But other times you're more soft-spoken and things like that. So it just really depends, honestly. But that's what they think of you. They think of, oh, she's my better half, is what I'm hearing. And I love how we have this destiny coming through. It's like a ring. From what little you can see from the light that's still available to us. The ring. Interesting. Yeah, there can be a little bit of a darkness to you because we have the sun finally setting. And whatever is left of the daylight is fading very fast. So we started off and it was light, and then the more they get to know you, the more they see there's like a darkness to you that they really like, and that could be that envy and protection. Maybe you're an envious person, that's what they think of you, or they get a glimpse of you being envious of someone else that gets to meet them or something like that is the vibe that can be coming through. So that you are at a meet and greet, for example, and they meet someone else before you, and you get a little envious or upset, and they think that's cute. Is what I'm hearing. Okay, interessante. But you guys could have known each other in a past life, which is why there's so much comfortability here right off the bat with the beloved, commune, ancient memory, and destiny. Ancient memory and destiny are definitely giving the same thing. It's like the same song and dance you've done before. I saw you in a dream and now I'm meeting you in real life. Why do I feel like we've had this exact same conversation before? Why does your smell seem so familiar? Your presence seems so familiar to me? That kind of stuff. You're their, like I said, better half with this Libra card and justice and the scales coming through. You guys balance each other out really well, okay? So maybe if you're coming through as a more masculine energy, which you are, this celebrity is more feminine, or they could be a female, who knows? But you're coming through as a more masculine energy and they're coming through as a more feminine energy, okay? So I'm going to leave the reading right here, though. I don't know what else to really say, okay? Anything else I can say about Taurus? No. Maybe you're like, you indulge all their senses. That was coming through in group 1 a little bit. You smell good. You like the best of the best, the food. You like that because you're the wealth. Your wealth and all that coming through. So it's definitely giving you come from money, or you like the finer things in life. And that's also the impression they get from you. Very fancy. Okay, so I'll leave the reading right here. I hope, and I love how we have in the beloved, we have these angel wings behind them. Okay, you probably can't see it that well. You have these angel wings behind them, which means a chance encounter. This connection is fated or supported by the angels, and then we have this water just pouring down on them. So immediate affection, immediate feelings. The first time they meet you, they're bombarded by those feelings, But like I said, I'm going to leave the reading right here. If this reading resonated, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, join the tribe. We'd love to have you. If you would ever like to book a personal reading with me, you could always get in contact with me using my email in the description box below. But I hope you're having a beautiful, wonderful day whenever you're watching this reading. And as always, I will see gorgeous people in the next one. Mwah. Bye.